will offer the ultimate NC State fan experience while the team is away. Visit sportsandsocialcarry.com and follow on social media at SportsSocialNCCarry.
Life doesn't wait for perfect conditions, and neither should your deck. Trex Decking is performance engineered to handle real life. From cleats to claws, spilled wine to scraping chairs, Trex doesn't crack, splinter, or flinch. It just holds strong and keeps looking great for years to come. So when you're ready for a deck that takes on daily chaos like a champ, choose the brand that's built to outlast the rest. Trex, performance engineered for your life outdoors. Visit Trex.com to learn more.
One of the best things about football is the food. You can get everything for your game day spread at Lowe's Foods. There are over 60 different flavors of sausages for your grill. They have some of the best fried chicken you will eat. They even sauce and toss your wings to order. And don't forget the beer den. Lowe's Foods was started in North Carolina, and it's still based here today. Lowe's Foods, proudly supporting the Wolfpack.
Football season is here, and the fall months are approaching, but it's still warm. That means pests like ants, roaches, and mosquitoes are out in full force. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home, business, and tailgate pest-free. Arrow is trusted to keep Carter Finley Stadium a pest-free zone and is a supporter of the NC State Wolfpack. So, rest assured that with Arrow Pest and Termite Control, you're getting the best from the best. Schedule a free pest inspection today. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
Hey, this is Matt Chazanow, voice of the Wolfpack. When it comes to banking, Dogwood State Bank stands out. Dogwood isn't your average bank. They're reshaping community banking. They prioritize your needs, whether you're a small business or a seasoned pro. At Dogwood, they understand the value of your business. Come experience the Dogwood difference for yourself. Dogwood State Bank, proudly serving Raleigh, Charlotte, Sanford, Wilmington, Greenville, Morehead City, and Fayetteville. Visit dogwoodstatebank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Here live, South Bend, Indiana. The marching band's on the field. It's a sun-soaked afternoon as we are just about 10-plus minutes away from kick here between the 4 and 2 pack. Wishful thinking. Hopefully a little bit of a positive, optimistic slip there. 4 and 2 NC State against 3 and 2 Notre Dame. And it's time now for our Carolina Ford dealers. Keys to the game when you drive a smart and powerful Ford F-150. You're ready to tackle any job. Game on for great offers, or to learn more about F-150, go to buyFordNow.com or see your local Carolina Ford dealer, proud sponsor of NC State Athletics. And to start it off, we go down to the surface here in South Bend at Notre Dame Stadium to our guy, Tony Haynes.
Yeah, band putting on quite a show. Packed house, crowd standing. Fantastic atmosphere. Let's see if NC State can rise to the occasion. And Johnny Evans, we talked about these two running backs, Jeremiah Love, Hollywood Smothers, two terrific players, future NFL players. And I think, you play Notre Dame, it's always physical. It's about blocking and tackling, and I focus on tackling for both teams, trying to get those two guys on the ground today.
Yeah, Tony, there's no question that wrapping up is going to be the fundamental that both of these defenses are going to have to focus on. They've got really, NC State has two great running backs that they've got to defend against, and of course Notre Dame's defense is going to have to defend against one of the best in the country in the Hollywood Smothers. So yeah, wrapping up, trying to come up with a turnover. You heard Coach Doran talk to Matt. Turnovers is going to be a big key in this game. He sort of simplified it. He said it. He said, if we lose the turnover margin, we lose the game. And so it's going to be a big impetus on the defenses to try to get a turnover.
Yeah, really, and that's been a strength for Notre Dame this year. 8 interceptions, they're +4 in the margin. NC State minus on the margin. That part of NC State's problem, when you look at the minus turnover margin, they haven't forced enough. You think only 3 interceptions, 2 of them by defensive linemen, and not once has the pack fallen on an opponent's fumble. Somehow, some way, I think to win this game in this stadium, you got to turn the tables right there.
Yeah, that's a weird, even to hear you say that halfway through a college football season that any defense has not recovered a single fumble of their opponent. and that's true of NC State's defense. So that's got to change, and it really needs to change this afternoon.
And big plays on special teams. Again, NC State's been somewhat inconsistent in the kicking game, which is unusual for this team under Coach Doran. Normally they excel, but I think about the last 2 times NC State's played Notre Dame, 2 big block punts. You know, Pharaoh McKeever with the block punt and the Hurricane Matthew game in 16. Dexter Wright returned for a touchdown. The only touchdown of the game here where I'm standing right now at about the 5-yard line. The last time NC State played in this stadium, James Smith-Williams blocked a punt. That resulted in a 7-0 lead right away. Something like that, lightning's got to strike, I think, for NC State to have a shot.
Yeah, Jadarian Price for Notre Dame has returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns, one last year and one this year already. And then Terrell Anderson for NC State is the new punt returner after last week of some mishandling by our punt returner, Teddy Hoffman. So it's Anderson's to take. Maybe one of those 2 guys make a big play in this football game.
All right, 2 teams about to come out on the field. Just a gorgeous day here in South Bend. They won't be saying that about a month from now. So it's good to get Notre Dame in this stadium in the middle of October. And Chaz, I'll call it all for you on the other side of this. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
The fans came out today, David.
That's right, Gabe. Big games mean bigger tailgates.
Check out that Ford F-150 truck, a championship caliber performance.
Oh, flawless execution, Gabe. Smart, powerful, and with available Pro Power on board, F-150 just took this tailgate over the top.
Game on, David. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com to see your Carolina Ford dealer today. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Sheetz is your one-stop shop for, well, everything. It's where you go for your eating fries alone in the car nightcap or your whoops, we forgot to pack that moment. It's where you go to satisfy your beef jerky craving and build your ultimate and completely weird favorite sandwich. It's 24/7 access to cat food, Advil, and iced tea. In other words, Sheetz is the pit stop for everyday life, and they're always waiting to help with a smile and a hello. So the next time you're craving just about anything, ask yourself, why the Sheetz not?
Wolfpack fans, CPI Security is the official security and smart home company of NC State Athletics. Get the best defense with the Southeast leader in smart security. With CPI Security's professional installation and state-of-the-art 24/7 monitoring, you can rest assured knowing your home and business are protected. Plus, with our newest service, Night Guard, you can sleep soundly knowing CPI is on guard in the overnight hours. Contact us today to learn more at cpisecurity.com.
Whether you're cheering for the Wolfpack or caring for your land, we know you're all in all season long. And Case IH compact and utility tractors are all in too. Mowing, digging, hauling, our equipment designed to meet the needs of America's farm fields makes caring for your home field easier. Your Case IH dealer can show you how our equipment can make this season a winning one. Case IH, built by farmers.
Hey, this is Al Bird. You listen to Wolfpack Football.
Every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of NC State Athletics.
One of the best things about football is the food. You can get everything for your game day spread at Lowe's Foods. There are over 60 different flavors of sausages for your grill. They have some of the best fried chicken you will eat. They even sauce and toss your wings to order. And don't forget the beer den. Lowe's Foods was started in North Carolina, and it's still based here today. Lowe's Foods, proudly supporting the Wolfpack.
This is going to be exciting. You can see the fans are starting to fill this place up.
This place is rocking already.
The crowd is roaring. The Pack's about to come out on the field.
The Pack is ready.
Intercepted. Here's Isaiah Shirley, the big fella, stumbling inside
Smothers, dives, touchdown. Ball comes free. NC State has the ball. It's a fumble. He's flushed out of the pocket under duress and sacked. Travali Price.
It's time for Wolfpack football.
And as he throws left side of the end zone, touchdown. The Pack's on top. He throws it left, completely short. He is stuffed short, and the Pack should win the game.
Now, to bring you all the action, let's go live to the Lenovo broadcast booth and join Tony Haynes, Johnny Evans, and the voice of the Wolfpack, Matt Chazanow.
It is the 5th meeting ever between the Pack and Notre Dame. It was really fun to ride in today, nice and early, with D'Antonio Burnett, strength coach for NC State, on the bus. That great Gator Bowl 28-6 win in 2003. First meeting ever, that was, between these two. They've met 3 times since. NC State and Notre Dame all time in very recent history are 2-2. This is the 5th meeting. It's the 137th season of Notre Dame football. 77,622 in this Notre Dame Stadium Bowl. It's one large ovular bowl. It's one big bowl. There's a concourse about 3/4 of the way up. That's it. Pretty simple. Not a ton of frills here in Notre Dame Stadium. It is a packed house as they await the Fighting Irish entrance to the field that is occurring as we speak. And they have players with the Golden Domes out onto the surface, signature blue jerseys and gold pants. Injury Report is brought to you by UNC Health, the official healthcare provider of NC State Athletics. It's a little bit off the books here today, boys. This is not a league game, so the availability report that is now mandated this year was not released. You only have to do that in Atlantic Coast Conference play as the Pack has taken the field. As Notre Dame's injury report goes as such, their starting nickelback Devontae Smith is out. He has an injured right calf. He's a transfer from Alabama. Dallas Golden gets the start there at nickel. Their wide receiver, Jaden Greathouse, who, if you follow college football, you may recall last year he had back-to-back monstrous games in the playoff, 100-yard performances, including in the national title game, and he caught a few touchdowns there as well in those final playoff games. He's out here this ball game. He's not going to play here today, and that's pretty much it for Notre Dame. They're pretty clean. NC State has had some issues at the nickel spot, and that's really understating it. Javon Bailey and Assad Brown have filled in admirably. We'll see what roles they have here today. We'll also keep our ears open for Jackson Vick to determine his availability today at that nickel spot. NC State's very clean on the offensive side of things, which is a fantastic relief. They have been knocking on all the wood here in Notre Dame's stadium's press box. They have been about as healthy as it gets. Weather Report is brought to you by Swift Brothers, plumbing, heating, air, and electrical. For swift same-day service you can trust, call Swift Brothers for all your plumbing, HVAC, and electrical needs. It is 68 degrees, mostly sunny. We'll creep down to 60 degrees as we get toward the fourth quarter. Winds very light, 5 to 10 mile-an-hour winds. The little flags at the top of the goalposts are barely moving on the right goalposts, and they are totally still at the left goalposts. Our referee, ACC ref Tim Hedgepeth, is down with the captains for the coin toss on the interlocking ND.
Here's the coin we will use for today's toss. This side is heads. This side is tails. NC State, what's the call? Tails is the call. Tails is the call. It is heads. Notre Dame has won the toss and has elected to defer their option to the second half. You want the ball, which way you want to kick? All right, flip around, flip around. Flip around. NC State will receive the opening kickoff. Gentlemen, shake it up, shake it up. It's time to play football.
Johnny, how about last week? How about last week? So NC State loses the toss, elected to receive. Notre Dame wins the toss. Did they do what NC State wants to have happen anyway, and that is start out with the football?
Well, I don't know if that's what the coaches wanted, but that's certainly what I was wishing for just before the flip. Because I think the smart thing is that you want as many offensive snaps and you want them as early as you possibly can, and that means receiving the opening the kickoff. So I think it worked out by Notre Dame winning and deferring and giving NC State the ball first.
All right, so it is Duke Scott at the left goal line here on this artificial field turf surface here at Notre Dame, interlocking blue ND at the 50. There's a four-leaf clover silhouette at the left 35-yard line. That is it on this field. There are yard lines, hash marks, and the end zones just have diagonal white lines. In the signature Notre Dame Stadium look. Kickoff man is freshman Eric Schmidt for Notre Dame. True freshman from Milwaukee, right nearby. The kicking situation for Notre Dame is a winding road, a heck of a journey. NC State fans will be heartwarmed to know that Noah Burnett is healthy and expected to play today. He missed the kick in overtime in 2022 for the Tar Heels. He's been the UNC kicker until he transferred here this year. He's had a hip issue, he's had a hamstring issue, he's had all kinds of stuff. And so all three kickers have kicked this year for Notre Dame. Eric Schmidt is one of them, and he will take the kickoff. 22 touchbacks in 23 attempts this year. We are underway here at Notre Dame Stadium. This is short and returnable right to left here for Scott. Near numbers. Scott sprints up to the 15. He pile drives over a tackler, and then he muscles up toward the 20, just shy of it at the 17. He blasted through the first tackle attempt and then gains another couple of yards there. As you heard the oohs and ahs, they thought they were going to light up Duke Scott, and I think he got the best of that.
I think he did, but what great coverage, because Duke Scott was actually first contacted when he broke the tackle inside the 15-yard line. That must have been a high kick. It's hard to tell as high as we are up here, but a good high kick, a short kick, but good coverage by Notre Dame.
So C.J. Bailey comes out here in the shotgun set with the ACC's leading rusher Hollywood Smothers to his left. Two receivers short side right, and Noah Rogers wide side to the left. Bailey takes the snap, hands it off now to Smothers, who sprints off right guard and spins into a tackle north of the 20 to the 23, a gain of 6 yards for Smothers. Jason Onye, the defensive tackle for Notre Dame, makes the stop. Room for Hollywood there at 2nd and 5.
Terrific first down call, terrific first down execution, picking up 6 yards on your very first play puts you in a really good second and relatively medium.
Credit to Spike Sewells, the freshman right guard, for blocking there. 30 seconds in, we're just underway. Empty backfield, Smothers split out to the right. Snap back to Bailey at the 23. Evacuates the pocket. He's gobbled up and dropped. There's a sack for Boubacar Traore off the edge for Notre Dame. That's Traore's now 4.5. He has 4.5 sacks on the year. That leads the Fighting Irish.
And Bailey is looking to the official and then looked over to his own sidelines, and now Dave Doran is giving the same signal. Bailey felt like his face mask was pulled down. I thought there was a little bit of a jerk look, but it was let go. That wasn't held on to the face mask, so they didn't call it.
Jets up 3rd and 14 from the 14 here as Joe Lee motions to the left. Shotgun set for Bailey. Now Joe Lee off the left hip of Peak. Snap back to Bailey. Hand off now to Smothers. Runs off and tackles. Now back pedals and reverses course to the left with a dive to the 15-yard line and not much more. Gain of a couple of yards, maybe 2 for Smothers. And Caden Noonkester will come on to punt. Down to the sidelines, Tony Haynes.
C.J. Bailey talking to one of the officials right there as he's walking off the field. Said he grabbed my face mask, but you know that was a little bit of a gamble. NC State went empty there. That's minimum protection against the Notre Dame defense. Can put a little pressure on the quarterback, and the defensive end really timed the snap count to get to C.J. early.
Here's Jordan Faison on to return the punt for Notre Dame. Snaps a little low, scooped off the carpet by Noonkester. Boots it from the Pac-5 left to right, and it sails into a fair catch for Faison as he backpedals to the Notre Dame 42. They spot him, gave him a generous spot. Okay, there we go. Thought they gave him a couple extra yards there. 43 will split the difference, and it's 1st and 10 now for Notre Dame. 12:53 first quarter, and the Fighting Irish trot out with C.J. Carr and running back Jeremiah Love.
And if anybody's wondering this listening, why would any team that wins the opening toss defer and go on defense first? This is the very reason. You go 3 and out, and you get decent field position for your first possession, plus you get the second half kickoff.
Tight end is Raritan, motions to the right side of the line. Carr now takes the snap of the Irish 42. Roll out right by design, lofts it to the right side of the field. That's Pauling with the haul at the 40, turns the shoulders and then rambles down inside the 30-yard line to the 26. Pack territory. Wide open was Will Pauling. Caden Fordham backtracks to make the tackle, and it's 1st and 10 now for Notre Dame at the Pack 26 as they run hurry up and sprint to the line. Pauling slot left, Faison wide left. Malachi Fields, the Virginia transfer, short side to the right. Ball right hashes for Carr. With Love to his right shoulder. Takes the snap. Handoff now to Love. Jitterbug off the left side of the line and gobbled up there. Gain of a couple of yards. Shading toward the left hashes. That's Kean Sloan there with the stop, and it's 2nd and 8.
Sloan came from the other side of the field, the side that Love was running away from, but he was able to have enough speed when that jitterbugging started by Love. Sloan made up some ground and made the tackle.
Pauling and Faison to the right. Fields to the left now. They flip the personnel. 2nd and 8 at the Pac 24. Carr walks up to the back of his center, Aston Craig. Takes the snap now, knee high, crunches down for it, has the ball, spirals it right, caught in a drag by Pauling, eludes a tackle at the 10. He angles to the center of the field and then brought down inside the 10 at the 5-yard line. 19-yard pickup to Will Pauling, who's found himself free a couple of times on this first drive.
So Pauling made a nice move, an outcut move, and he caught the ball with about 5 yards cushion. That's why he was able to make the move and pick up an extra almost 8 yards down inside the 5-yard line.
Chaz Wallace comes in now to replace Travali Price. It's 1st and goal, Fighting Irish at the Pac-5. Here's Carr now, takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Love, who sidesteps out of a tackle left. He's shoved out horizontally and dropped to the near side of the field, a gain of 0. Ronnie Royal in there with some help down for the Pack to shove it with Jackson Vick. Great to see Vick out there. Tony Haynes on the sideline.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It gets you a little more experience at the nickel than you've had the last few weeks. He's missed a couple of games, but good job of getting multiple jerseys to the football. You got to do that with Jeremiah Love.
Vick hasn't played the last 3 weeks. He had a season high 7 tackles against Virginia. Great to have him back. Pistol set, 2nd and 5. Snap to Carr. Left-handed give to Love. Hurdles into a tackle, and he is a wall. Ronnie Royal drops Love, who leaps into the hug and the smack at the 2-yard line. Kean Sloan in there on the play as well, and it's 3rd and goal from the 2 as Ronnie Royal puts a lick on Love.
And that's what you want to see defensively, to see Love leave his feet, because when he's got his feet are off the ground, you've got an advantage defensively, and Royal was able to make the hit in his legs while he was in the air.
3rd and goal from the 2. Pistol set, Carr. Snap, turns left hand. Give, Love, plunges up the middle, touchdown, Notre Dame. A 2-yard Jeremiah Love run. It's his 7th rush TD of the year. And it's 6-0 Notre Dame with 9:49 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, give the right side of the offensive line of Notre Dame all the credit in the world. Of course, Love is a great runner. He was going north and south, straight downhill, and there was more white jerseys that ended up in the end zone. They were laying down in the end zone after being blocked. Great blocking, great push by the right side, especially of Notre Dame's offense.
Here's Noah Burnett on for the PATs. 13 of 13 this year. He's missed some time with injury. Snaps a little high, well held by Buckner. The kick is good through the left uprights for Burnett, who makes it 7-0 for Notre Dame. North Carolina is known for its legendary barbecue joints, and the Pit proudly continues this tradition by serving authentic whole hog pit-cooked barbecue. Visit the Pit in downtown Raleigh, also available at the concession areas at Carter Finley. We'll take a break. 9:49 first quarter. Notre Dame is up 7-0. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Whether you're cheering for the Wolfpack or caring for your land, we know you're all in all season long. And Case IH compact and utility tractors are all in too. Mowing, digging, hauling. Our equipment, designed to meet the needs of America's farm fields, makes caring for your home field easier. Your Case IH dealer can show you how our equipment can make this season a winning one. Case IH, built by farmers.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, you're more than a policy, you're family. With offices in every county, we're close by when it matters most. Our local agents customize coverage to fit your life. And our award-winning claims team delivers fast, quality repairs. It's no surprise Forbes ranked us the #1 auto insurer in America. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
The Pack and the Fighting Irish. Let's go back live to South Bend.
Scoring drive for Notre Dame. It's a 6-play, 58-yard drive. Takes 3:04 off the clock after Caden Noonkester has to punt on the opening drive of the game for NC State. So it's 7-0 Notre Dame. 9:49 to play first quarter.
The good news is that NC State's defense stopped Love 2 or 3 times with very short gains. So that's good if they can continue doing that. Couldn't stop him on the 3-yard touchdown run, but just sort of wore out down there inside the 5. The bad news is Carr 2 for 2 for 51 yards. 2 big pass plays of chunk plays, as we call them, over 20 yards, Matt. That's too much.
Yeah, Will Pauling caught those balls wide open. The wide receiver for Notre Dame. 2 years at Cincinnati, 2 years at Wisconsin, and now his final year of eligibility here in South Bend. And here's Schmidt for his second kickoff of the game already. Run up and the boot. Right leg through it, right to left. Another high arcer into Duke Scott's grasp, and there's a fair catch this time. Takes a knee, in fact, at the left end zone for NC State. You're right, Johnny. He got airtime under that kick, didn't he? Gives the coverage team time for Notre Dame.
I think probably that he was coached up after that first one. And you think anytime you catch the ball on the 2-yard line, which you did on the first return, Duke did, then you're gonna return it. But I think he probably got coached up. Said, look, if they're that high, you got to kind of judge it. If you're waiting anywhere around the goal line, you're probably going to need a fair catch them.
So here's Bailey now pistol set. Did not attempt to pass on that first drive. And he takes the snap now at the 25. Turns and gives to Smothers, who rambles right up the middle there and spins into a tackle at the 29, a gain of 4. They are clearly trying to establish Smothers, who has 3 carries for nearly 10 yards. And it sets up 2nd and 6.
Another good first down. The other first down, the first series, got 6 yards on a Smothers off tackle. This time 4 yards. Both of those are good first down plays.
Viliamu Asa there with that tackle. Snap back at the 29. Bailey handoff again to Smothers. Dances left, plunges right, and dives at the 31. A gain of 2. Hollywood Smothers has 5 carries on 6 snaps here for the Pack. Viliamu Asa with back-to-back tackles, and it sets up 3rd and 4.
Well, there's no question that NC State's coaching staff and game planners certainly know that Smothers is their best chance of staying in this ball game. Feed him as much as you can.
Jackson, Anderson, and Rogers in now as Jolie motions to the right. It's 3rd and 4. Snap back at the Pack 31. Design rollout right for Bailey under pressure. Sidearms it, and it skips on the turf to Jackson, incomplete. At the Pack 42-yard line, Jackson slid down. You can see the rubber pellets flying up at the cleats, the near sideline, and it sets up Noonkester's second punt as Dallas Golden, the nickelback, was right there on the coverage for Jackson.
That's important, Matt. That last comment, Golden was right on Anderson. Yes, he did slip. Anderson slipped in the route right when he made his final cut, but he was being covered, well covered, and I think that's the reason the ball was thrown down at his feet.
Snap back to Noonkester, boots it at the Pack 21. This is a wobbler left to right, takes a Pack bounce at the 40 and rolls to the Notre Dame 30-yard line. Beautiful bounce for Noonkester to flip the field and have Notre Dame start off at its own 30-yard line. Pulse of the Pack has the inside scoop on all things NC State athletics. Join our Wolfpack Sports Network hosts as they share the latest news, take you behind the scenes of Pack athletics. Tune in on FanDuel Sports Network or check your local listings for more details. So 1st and 10 Fighting Irish at its own 31. 8:33 to play first quarter. You mentioned it, Jeremiah Love and this rush attack for Notre Dame. 4 carries, 7 yards for Love. Now he did get the 2-yard capper, the touchdown, but it was the pass attack for Notre Dame that hurts the Pack to start. 1st and 10 now as Notre Dame Stadium quiets. Carr right hashes, takes a shin-high snap, zips it right. That's Raritan, the tight end, who is whipped down to the turf right away, and that sets up 2nd and 9. A gain of about 1 yard there. And Devon Marshall there with that tackle for NC State. Gain of 1 to Raritan at 252 pounds.
And that's the way you cover an outcut right there. Marshall was right on him, dropping him for just a 1-yard gain.
The 6'7" target there is Eli Raritan. 2nd and 9 here for the Fighting Irish. Snapback at the 32-yard line. 4-man rush. Carr airs it out right sideline. Underneath it, there's Pauling once again, complete, and then touches out of bounds inside the 30 to the Pac-26. Will Pauling beats Ronnie Royal by a couple of steps, and C.J. Carr puts it on the money. Carr is perfect to start. He's 4 for 4. That's a 42-yard pickup to Pauling, who already has 93 yards.
No pressure on C.J. Carr on his 4 passes. He's been able to see. He's had great pocket, nice sound pocket, and that's going to contribute to more completions.
Trey Thomas in the game now for the Pack. Snap back at the NC State 26. Carr turns and gives to Jeremiah Love, who hurdles into a tackle over the 35 down to the 30. Up to the 25 to the 24-yard line. Gain of 2. Beg your pardon. Kenny Soares chops him down.
And these Notre Dame fans, every time that Love is handed the ball in the backfield, you kind of they just get this air of excitement, similar to what happens at Carter Finley every time Smothers touches the ball.
2nd and 8. Love 5 carries, 9 yards. Ty Washington, the tight end, now motions right. Snap back to Carr, and Washington slipped and never stopped his motion. Might be a false start or an illegal formation.
Prior to the snap, false start.
Yeah.
Offense number 7.
Yep.
5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
All right, look, this is a field turf surface, and I'm not trying to make any implications. Justin Jolie was slipping a lot in his pregame warm-ups. In fact, he went down once to tie his cleat once again. Tight end Ty Washington just straight slipped in the same spot there at that 30-yard line area.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're making too much of it that these guys are not having the best of footing on this turf.
Yeah, 2nd and 13 at the Pac-29. Snap back to Carr, turns and gives now to Love, who spins away from a Fordham effort, but Sebastian Harsh dives at his ankles to spin him down to the 26-yard line. And now this is a huge play in this ball game. It's a chance to get the field goal unit on for Notre Dame, and they do not want to kick. They have had issues this year kicking field goals, as it is about 3rd and 10. And here's an empty backfield set for Carr. 3rd and 10 now at the Pac-26, and a timeout for NC State. They want to talk about it.
Charge timeout. NC State, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
If they do get a stop here, and it is 4th and within 5, would not be shocked to see Notre Dame go for it here, Johnny. This is a reluctant kicking team is Notre Dame. Let's go down to the sidelines to our guy, Tony Haynes.
Yeah, I was watching Faison that time. He lined up across from Devin Marshall. He'd been lined up in the slot and getting open against NC State safeties with a couple of those big catches. That time he split him out wide, and he was going to be covered by a corner in that particular coverage on the wide side of the field. So now he's going to come back to the boundary here. We're talking about number 6, Faison, who's really gotten open on 3 catches early in this game. So he's here on the boundary side, and we'll have to keep an eye on him coming out of the timeout.
2 receivers to each side, Pauling right ahead of Faison. Now Faison motions left to right. It is 3rd and 10 here for Notre Dame at the Pac-26. Snap to Carr, tosses right, screen pass to Faison. Blocking is there. He pushes his way south of the 20, inside of the 16-yard line. And it is Caden Fordham there with the tackle, and they do move the chains or not. One of them says 1st down, the other says 4th down on the near side of the field. Tony Haynes, what do you have, buddy?
It did not look like to me he got to the line there. So a generous spot, because they say it is a 1st down. But again, Faison is just owning the Pack defense here early.
Very generous. Yep, they do flip that sign now. Both 1st down, gain of 10, just what he needed. 1st and 10 at the 16. Snap to Carr, hands off with the left to Love. Bounces it out behind the line of scrimmage. He plows into a tackle, and then he is smushed to the turf at the 12-yard line. So there's a 4-yard gain for Jeremiah Love off the left. Johnny, early on, they've bottled Love up pretty well, haven't they?
They've really done an outstanding job against Love. You saw that he made something out of nothing, similar to what we see with Smothers. We're going to compare them probably all day long. At least I am in my own with my eyes, they look so similar in the way they run, but a good patience to pick up what he did pick up.
NFL scouts probably here doing the same thing. 2nd and 6 now at the 12-yard line. Snap to Carr, handoff once again to Love, who hits away from the initial contact, and then he sprints into a gang tackle inside the 10, tackled down at the 7. And it sets up 1st and goal. Katie Fordham finally there to end the play. It's 3rd and 1. He was just shy by a yard. Let's go down to Tony Haynes.
Travali Price hit him first right at the line of scrimmage. And you would expect Travali Price to have a chance to win that battle, but Love just ran right through that tackle of a bigger man, Price. Shows you that just how powerful he is.
And it sets up 3rd and 1. Another opportunity here to try to get this kicking unit on, to bend and not break. Shotgun set here for Carr. Fields motions left to right. Snap to Carr. Handoff to Love. He is stood up, backing his way toward the line to gain, and then pushed backwards by Trey Thomas and a whole gang of Wolfpack defenders. It depends on the spot. I think he's short by about half a football.
I think he is. Yep.
And it is decision time here for Notre Dame. They got stopped on 4th and short last week against Boise State. They ran the Wildcat last week. They have failed at the Wildcat a handful of times this year, these direct snaps to Jeremiah Love. And what do they do here? Here we go, 4th and short.
The ruling on the field of the runner being short of the line to gain is under further review.
All right, it's time now for our Barbasol replay review. Close Shave Instant Replay brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Barbasol Shaving Cream. Why pay more for gels when Barbasol delivers an instant thick lather for a close, comfortable shave? Choose Barbasol, quality shave, and a trusted value. Johnny, what do you think, buddy? He was kind of backing his way there, so the ball was actually inverted. He wasn't reaching the ball out. He was almost guarding the ball from the line.
That's right. Yeah, no, I think it's a good spot, and I think it's going to be short, and I think they'll go for it on 4th down. I think they're going to try to make a statement. Notre Dame, I think, feels like that they're the more physical team, Tony, even though the NC State's done a decent job stopping their star runner so far from either breaking one. But, Tony, I think they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, and when he scored on that 3rd down touchdown run from the 2, they went to the pistol formation. So he lined up deep behind the line of scrimmage, but that gives them a running start.
Review, the ruling on the field is upheld. It's 4th down.
That gives him a running start as he tries to get the necessary yardage. And with a guy that powerful and that fast, it's unless you get penetration across the line of scrimmage, very difficult to prevent him from getting a half yard, and that's what pretty much you have here.
And that long runway that you described, though, in the pistol formation, about 8 yards from the line of scrimmage, that's also 8 yards of penetration opportunity if the defense can get off the ball. So, you know, I'd like to see him in the pistol on 4th and 1 here.
Cleveland, Shirley, Harsh, Sloan, and Thomas all across the defensive line for the Pack. Soares and Fordham in the box for NC State. 4th and 1 here at the Pack 6. Carr shotgun. Claps for the football. Roll out to the right. He's looking to throw. He's under pressure, and he is shoved out of bounds. NC State stops Notre Dame on 4th.
Wow.
Quiet Notre Dame Stadium early. 3:15 to play in the 1st, and Trey Thomas helps flush him out of the pocket.
I just saw a flag being thrown out of the back of the end zone.
It's not a flag. It's something that came out of the stands.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It looks like a flag.
Something yellow.
Yeah, but it's not. I saw that too. And the umpire threw it out of the back of the end zone.
It is 7-0. NC State is down a touchdown, but the defense holds and pushes Notre Dame off the field with a loss on the play to the 17-yard line. That's a loss of 11 on that play. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield. In football, you need a great game plan. Same with your healthcare benefits. That's why more people trust Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, the state's most preferred health insurer. So put Blue Cross North Carolina on your team, official health insurance partner of NC State Athletics. We'll take a break. A momentum flipper early for NC State's defense. 7-0 Notre Dame leads. 3:15 first quarter. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
Wolfpack fans, CPI Security is the official security and smart home company of NC State Athletics. Get the best defense with the Southeast leader in smart security. With CPI Security's professional installation and state-of-the-art 24/7 monitoring, you can rest assured knowing your home and business are protected. Plus, with our newest service, Night Guard, you can sleep soundly knowing CPI is on guard in the overnight hours. Contact us today to learn more at cpisecurity.com.
Hey, this is Bradley Chubb. You're listening to Wolfpack Football.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of NC State Athletics.
At Window World, we proudly support our active duty military and veterans. Our Salute to Service platform during NC State athletic events honors those who serve our country to recognize the sacrifices made to protect our freedoms. Window World is America's exterior remodeler, improving homes and changing lives. Locally owned, nationally trusted, serving Raleigh and Fayetteville with windows, doors, siding, garage doors, and roofing. Visit windowworldofraleigh.com for your free estimate today. Window World is a proud sponsor of NC State Athletics.
First and 10 here for the Pack at the 17-yard line. Bailey takes the snap, left hashes, wants it all, airs it left sideline, overthrows Jolie at the 45. He had Justin Jolie beat the defender by a step. Safety Aiden Schuler came over the top to try to bracket him at 2nd and 10 on the incompletion.
There was a tight window between the cornerback and the safety that Jolie was running into. That's one of those you got to throw your receiver into the open area, trust him, let it go a little bit quicker, CJ, and then put some air under it to make the throw.
Rogers, Jackson, and Anderson triangulate right. 2nd and 10 now at the Pack 17. 3:10 to play first quarter. Notre Dame's up 7-0. Bailey snap, flips it right flat, caught by Smothers, pushed to the turf by Bowen, the linebacker for Notre Dame. Very physical player, 6'2", 235, and it's a gain of 1. 3rd and 9 here for the Pack.
And similar to the NC State defense stopping the great running back Love for Notre Dame, Notre Dame's defense has been pretty good against Smothers. He's had some nice first down runs, but nothing. He hasn't been able to break anything yet.
And Duke Scott's in the game here now on 3rd and 9. Gives Smothers a bit of a break. Ball at the 18. Snap to Bailey. There's a free blitzer dump off. Scott has the catch, and he squirts through a hole, and he sprints north of the 30 for a first down for the Pack to the 33. So the first down of the game for NC State. Tate Johnson, the safety, stops Duke Scott. It's a First Horizon first down.
And Scott was put in for that play. I mean, that was a play. Of course, go through your read. CJ's going to read it, but that he's going to go to Scott if everything works out like it did.
1st and 10 now. Snap at the Pack 33. Bailey snaps, slant right, incomplete. One and Noah Rogers hits the turf to make it 2nd and 10. We go down to the sidelines. Tony Haynes.
Yeah, the other thing that happened on that previous play, Duke Scott was also in there for protection. If Notre Dame brings pressure, Notre Dame showed pressure but backed out of it, and that freed up Duke Scott to release downfield on a little option route. So good read by Duke Scott, seeing that Notre Dame was backing out of the pressure so he could become a part of the passing game.
Rogers and Jackson to the right. It's Grimes to the left. 2nd and 10 now. Pack snap at the 33. Bailey steps up in the pocket, airs it to the right. It is just incomplete, and out of Jackson's hands at the 41-yard line. May have been a little bit behind Keenan Jackson there to the near sideline, and it sets up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's 2 passes in a row. The slant to Noah was just a little bit behind him. And then that pass, the last pass was also behind the receiver. We got an offensive lineman that's going down right now with an injury.
Anthony Carter, that's the left guard. 33rd career start here today. One of the veterans and captain for NC State. Hope Anthony Carter's okay as we will take a break. 1:48. First quarter. Notre Dame's up 7-0 here on the Pack. It's 3rd and 10 for NC State. When we return here to South Bend, Indiana, you're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
When your inner freak is ready to let loose, there's no better place to satisfy its hunger than Sheetz. Want a pile of fries loaded with cheese and peppers? No problem. Want to cram a whole chicken patty into a peanut butter milkshake for some reason? Sheetz has you covered. The options are limitless, and they'll never judge. No matter how you want to feed your freak, Sheetz has your back. So you never have to be afraid to give in to that craving and say, why the Sheetz not?
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to power a brighter future in Wolfpack Nation and across our state. Beyond providing electricity that powers our lives, electric co-ops are strengthening local communities with education grants, economic development, innovative energy projects, and tools to help you better manage your home energy use. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com.
The fans came out today, David.
That's right, Gabe. Big games mean bigger tailgates.
Check out that Ford F-150 truck, a championship caliber performance.
Oh, flawless execution, Gabe. Smart, powerful, and with available Pro Power on board, F-150 just took this tailgate over the top.
Game on, David. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com to see your Carolina Ford dealer today. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
The home of the red and white. This is Wolfpack football.
On the third down play earlier this drive, Duke Scott had a 15-yard catch for the first third down conversion today for NC State. Notre Dame leads at 7-0 with 1:48 to play here in the first quarter. Pack has the ball, 3rd and 10 at its own 33. Let's go down to the sidelines. Tony Haynes.
Yeah, we talked in the pregame show a little bit about third down conversions. Notre Dame's been great this year. NC State struggled in that area defensively, but this is kind of the script here. Notre Dame's had a lot of third and shorts here in this first quarter, whereas NC State's been facing third and long. And here you go again, coming out of this injury timeout, 3rd and 10 for the Pack. Awfully tough to convert those against a team like Notre Dame.
Kamen Smith's in at left guard. Anthony Carter Jr. walked off on his own power with a limp as we were in the break. So Kamen Smith, an experienced kid, 3 starts this year. And it's a big 3rd and 10 now for the Pack. 1:48 first quarter. Notre Dame's up 7-0. Grimes to the left. Jackson and Anderson to the right. Joe Lee slot right as well. And now Big Justin motions to the left side of the formation. 3rd and 10 here for NC State. Snap, left hashes at the 33. Smothers picks up the blitz. Bailey flips it right. It is caught on a slant by Jackson, and he has a first down to the 42-yard line. A first Horizon first down, a gain of 10 to the 43 on 3rd and 10. Dallas Golden, the nickel back on his hip. And got just enough. Oh, they say he's short. They say he is short. Johnny, what do you feel about that spot?
Yeah, I don't know.
By about a half a yard.
I don't feel great.
Oh, goodness. Are they huddling up to maybe give him time to review it?
Yeah, either review or
just trigger something.
Try to draw them off sides here on your side of the field.
Well, Will Wilson's in. And the Will Wilson situation, he is 3 for 3 on 4th downs this year. Takes the snap, runs up the middle, and it runs into contact and gets pushed from behind and has just enough for a first down. And Wilson muscles his way for another successful 4th down run. He is 4 for 4 on the year as Darius Johnson evacuated the backfield. It was Will Wilson with tight ends pulling. Dante Daniels needs to get credit on that play.
Yes, Daniels gets credit, but Will Wilson, he was stopped short of the yard to gain, and he just pushed with his big body, lower body, and barely made it.
Should be the final play of the first quarter here. Snap to Bailey at the Pack 44. Turns and gives left to Smothers. He's chopped down through the line and brought down to the 47-yard line. They still haven't spotted it. That was Jaden Osbury, the linebacker, with a stop. Pack could get another snap here if they want it. And they're walking up to the line at 6 seconds left in the quarter. And now 3. Game a gain of 2 to the 46, and that will do it for the quarter. As Bailey was just about set for the snap. So the Pack's on the march here, 2nd and 8. Field will flip. right near midfield at the 46-yard line. It's a 7-0 Notre Dame first quarter lead. Get in the zone, the red zone with Case IH. Pack fans are dedicated to your team, and at Case IH, we're dedicated to every tractor or tool, every piece of equipment with your land management goals in mind. Plant, haul, dig, mow, harvest, move earth, get the job done day after day, long after the last play. What are you waiting for? Visit your local Case IH dealer. Go to caseih.com/Wolfpack, where your home field and huge success await. We'll take a break. Second quarter is next. 7-0 Notre Dame leads. Pack has the ball at its own 46. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
R&D Brewing is bringing the official beer of Saturday to Carter Finley Stadium this football season. 7 Saturdays IPA is the perfect beer for watching the big game, whether you're tailgating with friends or watching the game at home. Pick up your 7 Saturdays IPA at any major retail outlet across North Carolina. Make every day Saturday. R&D Brewing reminds you to please drink responsibly.
More Wolfpack football after these local messages. You're locked into the Wolfpack Sports Network from Learfield.
It's Bo time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Liberty Senior Living Communities offer vibrant lifestyles in some of North Carolina's most sought-after locations. The amenities of fine resorts and the incomparable comforts of home. All Liberty Senior Living Communities are designed for active seniors and feature whole-person wellness, distinctive dining, life enrichment, and top-class amenities and services. Visit your local Liberty Senior Living Community, the Templeton of Cary or Hayes Barton Place today, and come home to the retirement you deserve. Exceptional senior living here, there, and everywhere you want to be.
Welcome back to Notre Dame Stadium, everyone. I'm Johnny in the booth alongside Chaz, and Tony's on the sidelines. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Notre Dame 7, NC State nothing. These stats are brought to you by the College of Engineering at NC State University. Engineering the future, it all starts here. NC State had 32 total offense in the first quarter, 25 passing, 7 rushing, 2 first downs, only 1 of 4 on third down conversions, and only 2.3 per play average for Notre Dame. 115 total offense, 104 passing, 11 yards rushing, one penalty for 5 yards, 4 first downs, and 2 of 3 on third down conversions. I'll give you some individuals here after these next couple of plays.
First snap of the second quarter, Bailey now at the Pack 46. Pack's trying to score left end zone. Snap to Bailey, turns and gives to, no, it's a keeper for Bailey. He pumps the brakes on the run to the right and veers back to the middle, spun down on his left leg by one of the Irish defenders to the 49-yard line. And it sets up 3rd and about 5. Jaden Osbury was that linebacker hanging on for dear life.
Bailey 3 for 7 for 25 yards in that first quarter. Smothers 5 carries for 14 yards. And Duke Scott 1 catch for 15 yards.
Smothers relatively quiet, 5 for 14. It's 3rd and 5 now. Snap back to Bailey at the Pack 49. He pulls the ball down on a high snap, rifles a strike to the near side of the field for Joe Lee's first catch. First down, NC State, as the chains move to Notre Dame's 45. Aiden Schuler, the safety's there. That's a First Horizon first down, and it's 1st and 10 for the Pack.
Really good route by Joe Lee as a tight end, being split out and running an out cut as crisp as that. Very good coverage by Notre Dame, and a perfect pass by C.J. Bailey.
1 minute into the second quarter, 7-0 Notre Dame lead. Snap back to Bailey, left hashes at the Irish 45. Bailey uncorks one, right sideline. It is caught. shot, touchdown NC State. There's a 45-yarder down the far sideline. PAT can tie it. Terrell Anderson beats his man, and Bailey rifles a strike to the wide side of the field. A silencer here with 77,000 plus stunned after the fourth down stop by NC State's defense and a touchdown for the Pack.
Two big fourth down plays, one defensively to get the ball back prior to this drive, and one to keep this drive going around midfield by Will Wilson picking up the 4th and short. And then C.J. Bailey and Noah Rogers do what we know they can do. Rogers going deep on the sideline, gopher out. And that time, it was Terrell Anderson, not Noah Rogers. Terrell Anderson on the sideline go, and CJ put it right in the pocket.
Perfect pass from Bailey, who's now 5 of 9 for 76 yards, a 45-yarder to Anderson. And it's all tied at 7 as the snap, the hold, and the kick are good through the left uprights. Lenovo, global technology solutions company that has called NC home for 2 decades, is proud to support the community in the NC State Wolfpack. Lenovo, smarter technology for all. Visit us at Lenovo.com. We'll take a break. It is quiet here in South Bend, Indiana. All tied at 7. 13:48 to play first half. Beautiful day for ball. You're listening to Wolfpack football from Learfield.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Progressive knows there are 2 things RV owners love: to travel and relax. And they like to take both nice and slow. Just like this commercial. And what's more relaxing than the peace of mind knowing their RV is protected by Progressive? Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey Wolfpack fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to NC State football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the NC State Wolfpack. Let's go Wolfpack! SeatGeek.
You're listening to NC State at Notre Dame. Back now to Notre Dame Stadium.
Tony Haynes here on the sidelines. Notre Dame, 13:48 to go, second quarter, 7-7 after the C.J. Bailey, Terrell Anderson hook up on the big play. Guys, last week we talked about C.J. Bailey's ability to manipulate the defense with his eyes. He did it again there. Notre Dame was in man-free coverage, single safety in the middle of the field. Bailey goes back, looks to his left. That freezes that safety in the middle of the field and then opens up the sideline on the other side of the field, the right side, for Terrell Anderson to win that battle against a very good corner. So again, C.J. Bailey, technique-wise, playing the quarterback position beautifully.
49-yarder, 45-yarder to Terrell Anderson as Charlie Burtwistle's ready to kick it off here for the Pack. All tied at 7, Pack and Fighting Irish here in South Bend. Run up and the boot right to left. Here's Jadarian Price. Takes it, will return it at the 1. Very dangerous. Sprints near side at the 20, and then he is pushed to the turf shy of the 25 with great kick coverage by NC State's defense. John Heister's scoring drive was an 11-play, 83-yard march. Takes 4:27 off the clock. Get off your keister and go to Heister. Ball is down at the 23. Johnny, that is an underrated effort there by the kick return team for an uncommonly good kick return unit for Notre Dame.
Yeah, I was thinking in my head, when that ball only got to about the 1 or 2 yard line. Burtwistle's kicks usually go through the end zone, but good coverage by NC State.
Darius Johnson, I believe, made that special teams tackle there. He's C.J. Carr. He's 5 of 5 passing for Notre Dame. 1st and 10, Irish at its own 23. Takes the snap, hands off now to Price, who just returned the kick. Hop step through the line with room at the 30, breaks an ankle tackle 35, and then sprints north of the 40 to the 43 left side of the field. There's a 20-yard pickup for Jadarian Price. First big chunk play on the ground for Notre Dame today.
And again, because of broken tackles, it wasn't really being out of position so much defensively by the state defense. It was just him running through, Price running through the tackles.
1st and 10, Notre Dame. 4 targets to work with for Carr. Snap at its 43. Spirals it left. That's caught by Fields. Turns the shoulders and then dances down the far sideline to the 40 where J.J. Johnson, the safety, is there. There's a flag
Holding.
Behind the play.
Offense number 24. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's on Price, pulls the play back down to the sidelines.
Yeah,
Tony
and
Haynes.
he held Caden Fordham, grabbed his jersey. Fordham came free on the blitz. Price was beaten. He had to reach. When he reached, he got a whole bunch of jersey. I wasn't sure our referee was going to throw the flag at first. Yeah. He was a slow. It's like the Yankees trying to turn a double play. You can't get the ball out of your glove.
He didn't get it out of his pants,
yeah,
did he?
That's right. He finally did, though.
1st and 20 then. Ball is back at the 33-yard line. 2 minutes into the second quarter, tied at 7. Carr claps for the football. Turns and gives now to Price. He works off the left side of the line, eludes a tackle, keeps his balance over the 40, and then he has contact shoved out at the 43, a gain of 10. And 30 yards on 2 carries now for Jadarian Price. Over 1,300 career rush yards and some more.
Pardon me, Matt. Another broken tackle right around the line of scrimmage, maybe within a few yards of being the line of scrimmage. It would have been a short gain as opposed to that 10-yarder.
2nd and 10 at the Notre Dame 43 now. Carr takes the snap. Play fake to Price. Fires it too high. There's a slant intended for Fields. Fields is 6'4", and he felt a tackle coming from across the middle. Brian Nelson was on his back hip. I think the safety, J.J. Johnson, was threatening, and he pulled that arm down like, that is a hospital ball if I catch that football.
No, he didn't want any part of that, for sure.
No, that one was good as smart. 3rd and 10 now. It was high, too, in fairness. That left hand didn't get up toward that football. 12-18 first half, tied at 7. Here's 3rd and 10 now for Notre Dame at the 43. Carr snap, airs it out near sideline, once Pauling underneath it, and he can't backtrack. It's incomplete, hits the turf at the 26. Toward the NC State sideline, near side of the field, and Notre Dame has to punt for the first time. What a momentum flipper that 4th down defensive stop was for NC State.
Yep.
Notre Dame was going in to score. It could have been 14-0. Now it's tied, and James Rendell is on the punt here for the Fighting Irish.
And Pauling was looking right back into the sunshine. It's quite bright here today, and Pauling didn't make a good adjustment. The ball was out to the sideline. He just didn't get to it.
Rendell takes the snap, boots it from the 32. Australian punter puts a knuckleballer into the turf that skips a Notre Dame bounce into Terrell Anderson's gut. He's surrounded by 4 Fighting Irish defenders, and they tackle him down at the 18-yard line. So pretty good punt there by Rendell. Surf Pro of North Raleigh and Wake Forest is proud to celebrate the first responders in our community. This football season, Surf Pro has thanked several local heroes by providing them the opportunity to join NC State football's captains for the coin toss. Surf Pro is excited to continue this effort heading into the men's and women's basketball seasons as they champion those who make our community better. We'll take a break with 12:05 to play. The Pack and Notre Dame tied at 7 here in South Bend at 12:05. First half, ball at the Pack 17 when we come back. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
A smooth, close Barbasol shave in the morning lifts your confidence. That rich, creamy lather will catapult you to greatness. Nothing can stop you today. Well, except that traffic jam. Barbasol, it's a can of can-do.
Wolfpack fans, your NC State volleyball team is lighting up Reynolds this season with some great matchups. Season and single game tickets are on sale now at gopack.com/buy tickets. Don't miss out on exciting Wolfpack volleyball moments this season.
This is D'Antonio Burnett, and you're listening to Wolfpack Football.
Never settle, unless it's in the electrifying BMW i4.
Blend the lines of cutting-edge and classic with groundbreaking technology at your fingertips. Experience M-engineered precision while you twist around every turn. After all, electric doesn't have to be static. If you thought EVs couldn't live up to your expectations, then you've never experienced the ultimate electric driving machine. The 100% electric 2025 BMW i4. Take advantage of exceptional offers today.
NC State's going to win this.
Nothing feels as good as a win, but a few things are more important. I'm Larry Barber, President and CEO of North State Bank. We believe everyone should be treated with dignity and respect, on and off the field or the court, in life and in business. Get better together and win together.
If that sounds like the bank for you, visit northstatebank.com. North State Bank, the best call you'll ever make. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Proud supporters of the Wolfpack.
First and 10 here for NC State, back at it at its own 17-yard line. 12:05 to play in a tie ball game. Notre Dame 7, NC State 7 here in South Bend, Indiana. C.J. Bailey off a 45-yard touchdown pass to Darrell Anderson. Here we go. Pistol set. It's Smothers right behind Bailey at the 17. Now Smothers to the right shoulder. Bailey takes the snap, zips it left. It's a little behind Rogers, incomplete. And that actually, I think, was Grimes. He was trying to catch a slant at the 25-yard line. It's a little bit behind him. He was open, and it hits the turf, hits his hands, hits the turf.
Yeah, I think CJ was expecting Grimes to just choke it down just a bit. He was wide open, just choke it down. It was a zone. Grimes kept running in toward a man that was waiting for a defender, and so what the quarterback was thinking was different than what the receiver was thinking.
It's a rare miss there between those two. Snap of the 17. Here's Bailey. Left-handed give to Smothers. He works with the blocking and then tunnels under the middle of the defense to the 20. And it's a gain of 3. It sets up 3rd and 7 here for the Pack, which is now 2 of 5 on 3rd downs. Ball is at the 20-yard line. Joe Lee to the right of Teague Anderson. 2 receivers short side left. 1 to the right. Shadows stretch across on this field turf surface from left to right. Bailey's trying to throw into the sun here. Notre Dame stems on the defensive line. Backs up from an apparent blitz. Bailey takes the snap on 3rd and 7. Steps up at the 17-yard line. Fires it left, and it's caught. First down, Pack. Near side of the field. That's Teddy Hoffman over the top of 2 Fighting Irish defenders to the 40-yard line.
You won't see a better throw than that, folks. I mean, let's get the pocket was starting to implode around C.J. Bailey. He let the ball go, and it was a deep outcut, and it just barely went over the hand of one defender right into Teddy Hoffman's hands.
21-yard pickup to the 41. Snap back to Bailey near hashes, tucks and runs, ball in his right arm. He's tracked down and slides sideways north of the 45 to the 47. A smart 6-yard pickup as Bailey uses the wheels.
Good decision. Again, CJ seems to have sort of gotten his wits about him. He didn't start great with his throwing accuracy. Now he's starting to be on the money and then making good decisions whether to run when they're in man coverage and they just back off, and you'll take 6 yards, 7 yards pretty much every time.
Tackled there by Louisville transfer Jared Dawson, a veteran now. It's 2nd and 4 here at the Pack 47. 10 minutes to play first half, tied at 7 with Notre Dame. Snap back to Bailey, dump off left flat. There's Duke Scott, head of steam, catches north of the 50-yard line, and he rambles near sideline toward the 45 for another first down. Tay Johnson, the safety, makes the tackle for Notre Dame. It's 1st and 10 Pack at the Fighting Irish 46.
Really nice call. Tony, just a little simple flip out to the left flat.
And Keenan Jackson picked off the linebacker, almost like a little crackback block there to take him out of the play to give Hollywood Smothers some room to run.
Second time Scott has caught a ball for a first down today. 1st and 10 now, Pack at the Fighting Irish 46. Bailey snap, dump off right flat. Smothers has the ball at his left holster and now works his way, bobbling the ball, secures it inside the 40-yard line of the 39. Drake Bowen, the middle linebacker, is there. And it's a gain of 7 yards to Smothers out of the backfield.
And it feels like offensive coordinator, the play caller, Kurt Roper, sort of getting his legs underneath him, making great calls, just getting the ball out in the flat to his good receivers.
7th play of the drive. 2nd and 3 at the Fighting Irish 39. Snap, Bailey turns and gives to Smothers. Bounces it out with some room, and he is tied up and dropped. Might be a face mask. Smothers got tied up on the near side of the defensive line formation by Joshua Burnham, whose left hand was out, and that white glove might have been on the face mask.
Holding. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
It's Jacarius Peak who was blocking Burnham, and it brings that run back with 8:56 to play in the first half, tied here at 7 in South Bend.
There was that jerk of Smothers like a face mask. I'm watching the replay, Chaz, and they grabbed his shoulder, not inside the collar, but it was a legal reach out and grabbed his jersey and tried to pull him back.
So it's 2nd and 13 now. Pack at its own 49-yard line. Snap right hashes. Bailey dump off screen pass. Joe Lee has it, sheds a tackle, and now chopped down, gain of about 3. And it goes to the Notre Dame 47-yard line. That was Aiden Schuler, the leading tackler, coming in for the Fighting Irish. Tied at 7. 8:27 on the clock. It's 3rd and 11 for NC State.
Big third down play. NC State probably needs to pick up at least half of this, 6 or more, in order to even consider going for it on 4th down.
3rd and 11. Ball at the Fighting Irish 47. Bailey shotgun, Smothers motions out of the backfield. So 5 wide, 3 triangle to the right, 2 to the left. Bailey claps for the ball. 4-man Fighting Irish rush. Bailey pats it, airs it, rainbows it. Left sideline incomplete to Smothers. Hits the turf out of bounds near the 5-yard line. He went for it all. Drake Bowen in there on the play. He is with Hollywood Smothers impressively as a linebacker with 7:55 to play in the half, and Noonkester's on the punt.
And they got just what they wanted by alignment. Smothers was out to the wide. He's a wide out on the line of scrimmage, and at the snap he knew they had a linebacker, Bowen, on him, and there's no match in that. Smothers was behind him, but Bowen did a decent enough job to keep it close, and CJ just overthrew it out of bounds.
Noonkester's on the punt, averaging about 46 yards a punt this year. He's been great. Snap back to him, boots it from the pack. 43. This is end over end, right to left, and a fair catch by Faison at the Notre Dame 10-yard line. 7:48 to play, first half. All tied at 7. We take a break. 90 yards to go for Notre Dame. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
The fans came out today, David.
That's right, Gabe. Big games mean bigger tailgates.
Check out that Ford F-150 truck, a championship caliber performance.
Oh, flawless execution, Gabe. Smart, powerful, and with available Pro Power on board, F-150 just took this tailgate over the top.
Game on, David. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com to see your Carolina Ford dealer today. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
It's time for the annual Team Impact All-In 5K. Join Team Impact on October 19th and help support their mission to create a world where every child facing serious illness and disability feels supported by something bigger, and every collegiate team is transformed by a greater purpose. Remember, there's no wrong way to 5K. Run, walk, or roll a 5K in your neighborhood, at your local college campus, or join one of Team Impact's hub locations. Join the movement to get all kids in the game. Team Impact, all in, all together. Learn more at teamimpact.org/allin5K.
All tied at 7 here in South Bend, Indiana. Notre Dame 7, NC State 7, 7:48 to play here in the first half. Every sack is a sack to give back. For every sack the Pack makes this season, Food Lion Feeds will donate 1,000 meals to support our Feed the Pack food pantry right here in Raleigh. Johnny, it's really been NC State's momentum. You know, Notre Dame was going in to score up 7-0. Pack stops them on 4th and short. Comes down the field with an 83-yard drive to score. And it's been tied, and NC State's had control of this game since.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to NC State. Coming in here, this hostile crowd got quietened down, and they're sitting on their hands, literally, here for the last several minutes of this football game. And it all started with that big fourth down stop where it's amazing to me that with fourth, and it was like less than maybe 2 feet, maybe a foot, maybe, just barely enough to get the football in there. And on fourth down, inside, close to the 10-yard line, and they tried a rollout pass. And NC State stopped it, knocked them out of bounds. And from that point on, it's been NC State's ball game. Let's see if they can defensively make another stop.
It's really just been Will Pauling for Notre Dame. He has 3 catches for 93 yards. The offense for the Irish has been pretty quiet since. 1st and 10. They trot out here at the 10-yard line, moving left to right. Snap back to Carr, handoff to Love. Rumbles up the middle, and he is caught and hugged down at the 15. And he runs right into a tackle up the gut. You said Brandon Cleveland, I think, kind of just hugged him down in his seat. Travali Price helped him do it.
And similar to Smothers on first down runs, he's been averaging around 5 yards on his first down runs. Love, that time just went straight between his guards for a nice 5-yard gain.
Sun beaming down here in South Bend, about 65 degrees. Has 3 targets to work with for Carr, claps for the ball, and has the snap with flags. 7-17 first half.
Ball start. Offense number 54. 5-yard penalty. It's still second down.
It's the left tackle Anthony Knapp, whose father played football at Youngstown State. Missed the national title game last year after playing the entire season. They played 16 games last year, did Notre Dame. Amazing that that's what it is now with the new college football playoff. 2nd and 10, ball back at the 10-yard line. 7:04 and ticking. Defensive line for the Pack stems. They show 3 with their hands down on the turf. Carr flips Love to his right shoulder. Takes the snap at the 10-yard line, hands it off to Love, accelerates off the left side of the line, runs right into a tackle. Jamel Johnson shuts him down. And Jamel Johnson put his right shoulder into the running back Love and then cracks him at the 16-yard line with 6:40 and ticking here in this tie game.
And boy, when Love gets to that second level, he's kind of looking not to make a move. He's looking to try to run over and run through tacklers, and NC State so far has done a nice job of stopping him.
2.9 yards per carry here for Jeremiah Love. 11 carries, 32 yards. Comes in averaging 5.5 a touch. 3rd and 4 now. Snap back to Carr at the Notre Dame 16. Pass left, batted down, popped up, incomplete. Oh, that ball was up into the air. Kenny Soares has 2 hands on each side of his helmet. And he was dreaming of a pick 6 here at South Bend. That ball was tipped at the line by Sebastian Harsh. And it is a punt
there is
situation.
No foul, defensive pass interference as the ball was tipped. It's 4th down.
It is a punt situation for Notre Dame. 6:14 here with Terrell Anderson back to return it. Or are they going to fake it? Notre Dame has a direct snap unit on now. They have C.J. Carr. And will they pooch it or just force a timeout? Let's go down to the sidelines. Pack calls a timeout. Tony Haynes, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I think all they were trying to do is force NC State to take a timeout.
Well, it worked.
That's their second timeout. So, yeah, that strategy worked. You can't imagine them faking one there. 4th down, 4 to go this deep in their territory. But, yeah, strategy worked. Dave Doran comes sprinting down the sideline here in front of me, wanted to take a timeout because this is big. To get Notre Dame punting again for the 2nd straight possession, and the Pack get his hands on the football again.
156 total yards for Notre Dame, 132 for the Pack. Pretty even. Only 1 penalty for NC State, 3 penalties for Notre Dame. It's been a very even ball game between these two, and as you'd expect, it's tied at 7. So Rendell is back on after the timeout to punt. And he does take the snap and boot it from the 5-yard line, left to right. This is a spiral like a pass thrown in the air, and Anderson has the fair catch at the 36-yard line. On the right half of the field, they give him the 37. We'll stay right here with 6:07 here in the first half. Notre Dame 7, NC State 7. Johnny, what a chance to really step on the Fighting Irish here and put some points on the board and take the lead.
Yeah, despite a nice 52-yard punt where there was a fair catch, no return, net 52, Tony. The NC State still has pretty decent field position at their own 37.
Yeah, big thing, they forced the punt. The procedure foul on Notre Dame was big after the 5-yard run on first down by Love. NC State went punt safe that time and kept the defense on the field just in case the Irish were trying some shenanigans on that punt and looking to maybe go for it. So have a Pack hopefully going on a long drive here, chew up the clock, go in the locker room leading.
Right now, Notre Dame and this incredible rush attack, which averages 178 yards a game, has 52. And there's a chance, if this is an extended drive here for the Pack, which Coach Doran would love, that they don't have much opportunity to run the ball again here in this half.
And the per rush average, Love came into this game over 5.5 yards per touch on his rush. He's at 2.9, so that shows you the great job that NC State's done against that specific player. The player is maybe the most dangerous for Notre Dame.
How good is this Notre Dame offense? How about this stat? Notre Dame scores 56 back-to-back weeks against Purdue and Arkansas. First time in 52 years, back-to-back games with no punts. They did not punt the ball for half the month. And already we've seen Rendell on for Notre Dame a couple of times. Yeah. NC State's defense has been really up to the task here.
Well, defense, offense, the game plan has been executed perfectly. It all hinged right when you felt like, wow, Notre Dame looks like they're exerting their offensive prowess. Their defense was 2 3-and-outs in a row against NC State, and the Pack stopped Notre Dame in their own red zone on a 4th down. 4th and very, very short, and surprisingly, I'm going to said it a couple of times, but probably we'll keep talking about that play. Surprisingly, Notre Dame calls a sprint-out pass, and NC State defenses it perfectly.
So here's Bailey now at the Pack 37. CJ's 8 of 14 passing, 106 yards and a touchdown. Big 45-yard touchdown hookup with Terrell Anderson, who now has 4 touchdowns in his last 3.5 games, including today. He's been fabulous, has Terrell Anderson. They are huddled up right now. The white jerseys, black helmets, black pants. Sharp look today in South Bend. Left half of the field is in shadows for this drive. So the face mask of Bailey's helmet's in the sun, and he is charging toward a shadowed 50-yard line as now the sun begins to peek through. 1st and 10, snap at the 37. Turns and gives, left hand smothers, head of steam, shoulders into a tackle, tumbles to the turf, north of the 40-yard line of the 43. It's a 6-yard gain for Smothers off the right side. Clock starts up under 6 to play in a tie game here in South Bend.
And I can't say enough about the calls and the execution on first down runs. And Smothers has been the main recipient, the main executor of that. And it puts NC State in a great position on 2nd and short.
Tackled by All-American candidate corner Leonard Moore on the far side of the field. 2nd and 4, snap at the Pack 43. Bailey pump fake, pocket breaks down. He is hit from behind and dropped and maybe sacked for a loss back to the 40-yard line. He couldn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. All tied at 7 with 5:20 to play in the half.
That play, that on a pass play, it looked like that all the linemen went out to the left, trying to show the defense that we're going to throw a screen pass to the left, and then he just was going to flip the ball out to Smothers, who would come through the backfield out to the right, but he was covered, and so CJ had to take the sack.
That's a loss of 3 yards where his knee goes down. It's 3rd and 7 now at the 40. Joe Lee motions left side of the line. 2 to the right, one of them's Teddy Hoffman in the slot. Snap back to Bailey, twisting blitz is on. He's under pressure, chopped down and sacked. That's that twisting blitzer, Kingston Viliamu Asa, I believe, off the center of the formation. No, make it Jalen Stroman, who the Pack's familiar with from his days in Blacksburg. He was a 4-year Hokie, and he transferred here to South Bend, and he sacked C.J. Bailey from the safety blitz spot, and Caden Noonkestor's on a punt.
Well, all the experts, us included, thought this was going to be a high-scoring, big offensive game. The defenses so far on both sides of the ball are making the big plays in this football game.
Yeah, locked up here as Noonkester takes the punt. Boots it from the Pack 22. Right to left, it's a wobbler that sticks in the turf. A neutral bounce to the far numbers down at the 35 by LaCorian Hodge, I do believe, with 4:06 here. No, it's Kelvon McBride, I think. Kelvon, good to see him back in the fold here. 4:06 to play here in the first half. Notre Dame 7 and NC State 7 as the Fighting Irish jog out with Price as the running back for this drive.
Big time in this game. The last 4 minutes of the first half, and then, of course, with Notre Dame on offense so far starting, and then they're going to get the ball first in the second half. So big drive here.
Here's Carr. He's 5 of 8 passing, 104 yards today. Takes the snap, 1st and 10 at the Fighting Irish 32. Drops back left hashes, zips it, Raritan complete, tight end over the middle of the field, has it north of the 50, and then finally 3 Pack defenders bring him down to the 45-yard line. Big pickup to Eli Raritan, the 6'7 tight end. Vic and Fordham combined for the tackle.
Notre Dame up quick, showing tempo.
1st and 10 at the Pack 45-yard line. Carr claps for the ball. 3 receivers left, Faison by himself to the right. Now the ball is snapped. Deep drop for Carr. Lobs it down the center of the field. Raritan with the grab underneath it. Once again tackled inside the red zone. There's Assad Brown and Kenny Soares combining to the Pack 15-yard line. Back-to-back plays to Raritan, who picked up 23 yards on the first pass, and the second one brings the ball to the 15.
And C.J. Carr of Notre Dame's been watching C.J. Bailey make those kinds of throws for NC State, and he's going, I can do the same thing, and he certainly did.
That was a 30-yard pickup, 53 yards on the last 2 passes. Snap now to Carr. He zips a slant left, incomplete, hits Fields in the hands, and is dislodged by Jamel Johnson at the 7. 3:03 to play here in the first half, all tied at 7.
Give Jamel Johnson a lot of credit. That's a hard coverage there. You had a crisscross, the inside receiver going to the corner, the outside receiver cutting in the slant, and Jamel one-on-one with no real free safety help was able to come up, dislodge the ball from the receiver.
Faison and Pauling to the left, Raritan and Fields to the right. Shotgun 2nd and 10 at the Pack 15. Raritan motions right to left. Price right shoulder of Carr. Snap to Carr, hand off Price. Hop step at the 7-yard line. Now he's chopped down inside the 10 right there at that 7. And that is Jadarian Price with a run of 8 yards to make it 3rd down and 2. It is spotted 3rd and 2. Jackson Vick was there to save a touchdown.
Well, big decision now. Does Notre Dame give it to one of their back? Price is in at running back as we speak. Do they give the ball to Price? He's the one that's been able to pick up some big yardage running the football, or are they going to try to put it in Carr's hands and try to make the pass?
Carr takes the shotgun formation left hashes. Snap at the 7. Hand off to Price. Runs into a wall. Nothing there. NC State's defensive line shuts Jadarian Price down. Trey Thomas and big Brandon Cleveland in there to combine for the tackle, and that makes it a loss on the play and a decision here for Notre Dame with 2 minutes on the clock.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout. I don't know. I think they're going to end up kicking a field goal. I think that they tried it on 4th down, and that was the turning point in this game. I think if they were to get stopped again right before half, that and then give the ball back to NC State, a hot C.J. Bailey with just a little less than 2 minutes, So I think you're going to see them kick the field goal, but they may feel like, hey, we need to go for it.
We will send it back to the studios for a scoreboard update. Mike Moat is back there in this tie ball game here at South Bend. We're at the 2-minute stoppage. Mike Moat, take it away, buddy.
Okay, Matt, thank you very much. We've got updates for you from the ACC. Pitt and Florida State went back and forth, and it was the Panthers who came away victorious with the final 34-31. That game earlier today in Tallahassee. That's 3 straight losses. The Noles are still winless in conference play. SMU beating Stanford, the final there, 34-10. Games in progress right now, Wake Forest and Oregon State, and it's the Deacs with the lead on the road, 22-0, and 13th-ranked Georgia Tech leading Virginia Tech 22-7. They're playing in the second quarter as well. So we look at the top 25, 3rd-ranked Oregon and 7th-ranked Indiana locking up in Eugene. It's 10-7 in favor of Indiana. This has been a back-and-forth game. Not a lot of scoring, but plenty of good play on both sides. There in the second quarter, 6th-ranked Oklahoma leading Texas 6-0, and 12th-ranked Tennessee and Arkansas tied up at 7 apiece. We'll update you on the other games around the top 25 and get you caught up on some finals from earlier today during our halftime report, and we also have a stat check as well as part of our halftime activities. Let's see what happens here on 4th down as we go back to South Bend. Here's Matt.
So the offense for Notre Dame is huddled up at the 20, but the kicker, Noah Burnett, is warming up at the 30. Tony Haynes, what do you think?
Yeah, Dave Doran the entire time out looking across to the Notre Dame sideline, hoping to get a clue as to what the Irish are thinking about doing here on this 4th down and 3 coming up. So his defensive coach is working with the defense, expecting Notre Dame to go for it, but Dave Doran looking for signs all during the timeout, see what the Irish will choose to do here. I think they'll probably go for it.
Yeah, Burnett has missed 2 games this year. He didn't play last week against Boise, and they'll bring the offense out. I'm telling you guys, they do not want to kick it. It is 4th and 3 at the 8. What an opportunity for the Pack defense. Can they do it again? Stopped Notre Dame in this situation in the first quarter, trying to do it here in the second. Shotgun set for Carr, Price to his right shoulder. 2 minutes to play, tie ball game first half. Raritan motions to the right. Now Fields comes toward the formation. Snap to Carr. It's a play fake. He's driven, pressured. Sebastian Harsh right on him. Throws it end zone. Intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone. NC State has the ball, and it's a touchback at 1:51 to play here in the first. All tied at 7. Flag comes out after the play as that ball gets picked off on the near side of the right end zone. Assad Brown has the pick, and he tumbles to the turf. Here's the call.
Picking up the flag.
After further discussion, there is no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball was intercepted in the end zone for a touchback. First down.
NC State's defense has done it again on 4th and short inside the 10. And the Pack will start off at the 20 with 1:51 to play in the half, tied at 7 here at Notre Dame.
And I'm talking, there was nothing for C.J. Carr to do on either one of the 4th down stops that have been so critical in this first half. C.J. Carr's getting pressure, so he can't run the football, Tony.
Yeah.
And then there's nobody open. There's only one receiver even on his side of the field, and there's nobody open for him.
Well, you think about the last 2 plays. Brandon Cleveland with penetration, tackle for loss, and then great pressure on Carr to flush him out of the pocket and force the interception.
Here's 1st and 10 for Bailey and the Pack offense. 1:51 first half. Snap Bailey, handoff now to Smothers. Sheds a couple of tackles from the 20-yard line, drifts to the left, and he's dropped a gain of 2. Clock at 1:44 and ticking. Smothers hasn't really gotten free here.
Notre Dame
in the first half.
First of the half.
Notre Dame takes its first timeout. That was Bryce Young, whose father's the 49ers legend Bryant Young, who's in attendance here today. A 14-year NFL Hall of Famer, and he has his first play of the game. It will be 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Notre Dame, I'm going to say they're reacting angrily because of missing on that 4th down. So they're calling timeout, being aggressive, maybe not being so smart, Tony. Might be to the advantage of NC State for Notre Dame calling timeout right now.
And you think about that 3rd down play where Brandon Cleveland got the tackle in the backfield. Remember, Notre Dame was trying to hurry up so to beat the play clock, but they looked a little bit disorganized because they wanted to save their timeouts before the 2-minute timeout was called. Now, they did manage to save the timeout, but that may have contributed. That confusion may have contributed to a blown-up play there on 3rd and short.
Rogers and Jolie to the left. Jackson and Anderson to the right. That is Duke Scott to the left shoulder of Bailey. 1:44 to play first half. Notre Dame and NC State tied at 7. 2nd and 8 left hashes for Bailey. Walks to the back of Jalen Grant, the center, to talk about the protection. Claps for the football, left hashes. Plants the back foot, steps up, zips it left for Scott in the flat. Sheds 1 tackle and then leans north of the 25 to the 26 for a gain of 4.
Charge timeout. Notre Dame, their 2nd of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
All right, so the second timeout is called. 96 seconds left here in the half. It will be 3rd and 4 for NC State at its own 26. Down to the sidelines, Tony Haynes.
Yeah, what Notre Dame's trying to do is set up a 2-for-1 here, get the ball back for the last possession of the first half, and then they will receive the kickoff in the third quarter. So they're using a little basketball strategy here, going 2-for-1. But NC State can completely blow that plan up if C.J. Bailey can find a way to move the chains and get a first down here.
Yeah, if you move the chains here, you've got one timeout left. NC State does. Jackson and Anderson to the right, and it is Rogers and Jolie to the left, and Rogers and Jolie are tight toward Jacarius Peak. Smothers back in the game to the left shoulder of Bailey. 3rd and 4, claps for the ball to 26. Bailey lofts it right. It is a diving effort and a first down for NC State north of the 35.
Huge.
Diving effort far side of the field. Noah Rogers slides underneath
the clock will start on my signal.
And he beats Christian Gray, the cornerback. 1st and 10, back of the 37. 1:31 to play here in the first half. Perfectly thrown ball by Bailey with just a sliver of space. Snap back to Bailey at the Pac 37. Whistle blows. Well, Bailey had the snap.
The ruling on the field of a catch for a first down is under further review.
All right, they'll do a Barbasol replay review. Down to the sidelines, Tony Haynes.
Yeah, I don't know. Did Anderson get his hands underneath the ball there? That's going to be the key. And, you know, NC State was trying to snap it fast. We're getting a look at it. There was a little bit of a juggle there, but I don't know if the ball hit the ground.
That was Anderson, not Roger. Yeah,
he kind of rolled around as he reached down for the ball, and I don't see anything there, guys, from my point of view, that would possibly overturn that call. Let's watch one more time.
That angle right there.
Yeah.
Maybe the ball is on the ground, yeah.
Under his left arm. It squirts under his left arm on the dive. It hits the turf. That may be incomplete.
Yeah, officials already know it. They're bringing the ball back.
Yeah.
The one nose of the football was on top of his arm, but the other nose, the lower nose of the ball, was hitting the ground at the same time, and had a little bounce to it.
And that will likely bring Noonkester on. Notre Dame has one timeout remaining. Tied at 7. Great ball game here between NC State and Notre Dame. 5th ever meeting between these two. Fighting Irish starts the year 0-2. Losses to Miami and Texas A&M has won 3 straight. Last year's national runner-up, and in a fight here with the Pack.
I think the fact that they're looking so much longer than what we came up to our determination, Tony, but they're not so sure about our determination. So maybe this is going to go back to the NC State and be called a favor and be called a completed pass.
Well, one thing that helps Notre Dame here in their contract with NBC and national coverage, all those games being streamed, there are a lot of camera angles.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and that last one we saw, up to that last angle, I was convinced there wasn't enough evidence to overturn the call on the field. But maybe that last angle we saw from the end zone camera behind the Notre Dame defense was maybe the best look for a possible incompletion.
Look up at the scoreboard right now, Tony, and this is the one you're talking about.
Yeah. All right, but again, it is left arm underneath the ball. That's how close it is.
It's underneath the top part of half of the ball. It's underneath. The other half is hitting the ground, and so but that's why they're looking so closely over and over and over again.
Came really close to running a play and not allowing the review. Bailey wanted to get that snap off quick as he could.
You know, the thing is, guys, if you have to look this long, you create doubt.
Correct.
About whether or not, there's enough video evidence to overturn this call. So if you have to look this long, to me, there's not enough.
Yeah, the duration of the review inherent in that is some doubt. Assuming he's got the technology working, he's under the hood still as Tim Hedgepeth. And here is the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
All right.
First down.
All right.
Please set the game clock to 1 minute, 31 seconds. The clock will start on my signal.
There's a little pocket of Wolfpack fans here to the left that is quite happy. It's 76,000 that are upset here, and probably about 1,000 Pack fans that feel great about things.
They're getting the call. They're used to getting the calls here.
No doubt. 91 seconds left in the half, all tied at 7.
And you may see NC State's offense try to run the ball and get some more time off this clock that way, and then start opening it up, just because you don't want to have 3 incompletions and have to kick the ball away.
Rogers and Jackson to the left. Anderson and Jolie right. Snap Bailey at the back 37. Drifts back in the shadows. Dump off on a drag over the middle is hauled in. Forward progress to the 38-yard line. And that is Leonard Moore there with the tackle right away of Anderson. And it sets up 2nd and 9. Gain of 1 on the play. Grimes comes in now for Anderson. It's Grimes and Jackson right. And Rogers and Jolie left. Snap back at the pack 38. Bailey feels blindside pressure, fires it right. It's intercepted. A sliding interception by Christian Gray. And they say incomplete. They say incomplete as Gray tried to pick it off near the 50-yard line, right on the logo.
Well, that'll be looked at again, too.
We'll wind up reviewing this one as well as Bailey throws it to Gray, or throws it to Grimes, and Gray steps in front of it.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, Gray had that ball in his torso as the boos continue to rain down. We'll see if we can try to get a snap off.
The previous play is under further review.
All right, we'll take a look at this one on the Barbasol replay review. Let's pause 10 seconds while they do so. You're listening to Wolfpack Football. Pause 10 for station identification. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield. So Gray comes toward the line of scrimmage. He's facing the line of scrimmage when he makes that interception. And he kind of turtles the ball like a little kid. He leans on top of the ball and then hits the turf. And it's hard to tell if the ball is dislodged or not. It was called incomplete. The video is inconclusive in that the ball disappears in his blue jersey.
And unless we see a different angle, which is they're trying to show a different angle right here, but it's so blurry that you can't tell, Tony. But this angle here does not help you at all.
Great.
Because his body goes down, his helmet, his shoulders.
Oh, I see. You see the little bobble there,
little bobble.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. Could you tell if it hit the ground or not?
Yeah,
if it's bobbling in his arms, then you can bobble it.
Well, again, the call on the field favors NC State.
It does.
I'm excited to hear this place when Tim Hedgepeth comes back and says it's incomplete. I hear David Modlin pump the crowd noise up here.
I think they may give it to him, Notre Dame. I think they may flip it.
We'll see. Our great engineer, David Modlin, wiring us up here in South Bend.
Looked like it may have come out late, or a ball was loose late. Did it hit the ground?
That's the question, Tony. Did it?
The video screen's on a tripod at the 15-yard line, right half of the field. Here comes the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Incomplete pass.
Listen to this place. All tied at 7 here in South Bend. 2 calls go NC State's way after reviews. 50 seconds left in the half. It's 3rd and 9 and a big-time conversion possibility. Shotgun set. Bailey back at its own 38. Takes the snap, left hashes. It's a 6-man rush. Bailey swerves away from pressure. Might have lost the ball for a moment. Has his cleats at the 40-yard line on a basketball dribble, possibly to the 39. And Bailey stays away from pressure, and Noonkester will likely have to punt. Lost his balance is what he did. He kept the football in his right hand, almost like a loaf of bread. And the clock stops at 40 seconds because of a Notre Dame timeout. A wild sequence here. That was Carson Hobbs in on the pressure, the safety from Cincinnati. Down to the sidelines, Tony.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen in this last 40 seconds. The question is, when we're going off the field here, will Dave Dorn actually be able to hear anything that I ask him?
This place is great.
These are some of the loudest boos I've heard.
Yeah. All right, so Nooncaster's on to punt it. Here's Faison back at the 20. It is 4th and 8. Ball will be snapped from the 39. All tied at 7 here at Notre Dame. 40 seconds left in the first half. Nooncaster takes the snap. and pops it from the back 28-yard line. Beautiful punt, right to left. Faison is there. He tries to field it, eludes a tackle at the 10-yard line with room. Veers at the 15, now at the 20. Turns the corner toward the 30, and then tackled down at the 32-yard line. I think that was Justin Jolie with a special teams play. And that saves the day, really, because if Faison had beaten Jolie, he would have been in the clear. 1st and 10 Notre Dame. That took 15 seconds off the clock. They have no timeouts left at their own 30.
Beautiful punt by Noonkester. It was a good hang time. You got to give Faison a lot of credit because he was thinking about calling the fair catch, but he just took a shot at it, and he was able to eliminate the first tackle, and then he was able to pick up probably about 15 more yards, but he took 15 seconds total off the clock.
3 receivers to the right. Those are the 3 leaders. That's Pauling, Fields, and Faison. 1 receiver short side left. 1st and 10 now for Carr. Snap back at the 30. Love the running back in for protection. Carr steps up in the pocket, pumps, now throws it right. It's nearly intercepted, and a flag comes down as Pauling got shoved to the turf. And late flags, 2 of them come out at the 45-yard line. It was Jackson Vick, the nickelback, really close to the line of scrimmage where Carr finally released
pass interference. Defense number 22. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Clock at 18 seconds left. And so they do grant 15 yards on what was an incomplete pass. They say it was incomplete because of the contact. Raritan and Fields to the left, Pauling and Faison to the right. Pauling has 3 grabs for 93 yards here in the half. First
charge
and
timeout. NC State,
okay.
Their 3rd and final of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
It's just a full orchestra of boos here in South Bend, Indiana. It's the real symphony.
Pretty much anything that NC State does, even now calling timeouts, they're getting booed.
It's beautiful. It's all tied at 7. NC State, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's ranked 16th in the country. And let's go down to the sidelines. Tony Haynes.
An awful lot of very spoiled people in this stadium. And that's what it sounds like. Hey, we're Notre Dame here.
That's great. Hey, Kelvon McBride's out there for the Pack with Kenny Soares and Caden Fordham. So 3 linebackers out there. Kean Sloan and Harsh out there as well. You could argue it's like 5 linebackers out there. And it is Notre Dame out there with an empty backfield. 1st and 10 at the 45. No timeouts, 18 seconds left. Snap back at Notre Dame's 45. Carr rifles to Fields, complete at the Pack 35-yard line. A big gainer from Carr to Malachi Fields as they hurry to the line and they'll likely clock it. 12 seconds left now. Under center is Carr, and he spikes the ball after the snap. So that takes 1 more second off the clock. It's 2nd and 10 at the Pack 35. 11 seconds left. What do you think, Johnny? They run 1 more play maybe? No timeouts left. They're not in field goal range. I mean, they don't even want to kick it from 20 yards, let alone 50 plus.
The problem, if they throw the ball like they just did, a 15-yard, 20-yard dig, they're not going to be able to get up to clock it, I don't think, with 11 seconds. It's possible you could, but more than likely you don't. Yeah. So they got to throw the sidelines.
Chance for the Pack defense to really stop them here. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Carr snap, quick out left. Raritan grabs it and then touches the green and then goes out of bounds. So there's a grab for Raritan. Takes 3 seconds off the clock to the 32-yard line is where they spot it. This would be a 49-yard kick. They still haven't brought the kicker on. 8 seconds left, no timeouts. Boy, there is hesitation to kick, and there is just a refusal. And they are not interested. All right, 2 receivers to each side. 3rd and 7 at the Pack 32. Snap back to Carr. 8 seconds left. Another quick out. Same play. Raritan snatches it down. They gain 3 more yards. And takes 3 seconds off the clock again. Now 5 seconds left, and they bring the kicker out. And who is it is the question. It is Burnett, who's missed 2 games with injury this year. So he's dealing with a sore hip. Burnett on the year is 3 for 3 kicking field goals. His season long's 39. His career long's 52. I want to emphasize that he was the guy that missed the kick in overtime for the Tar Heels a few years back. This kick will be 47 yards left hashes. Not a gimme. From left to right. Snap left hashes is held. The kick left to right. Line driver end over end and just crawls over the crossbar to make it 10-7. Notre Dame. He just scraped over the crossbar with that line drive low kick.
Those last 2, 3. Okay,
let's go down for Tony's with Coach. Go ahead, buddy.
Dave, your assessment of this first half.
We're playing our ass off right now. Kids are playing really hard. Just got to keep doing it. We got to find a way to get another touchdown or 2 on the board, obviously. But I love how hard we're playing.
Guys.
All right, there is a really proud Dave Doran here at South Bend in a 10-7 deficit. They have played their tails off. There is no doubt about that, Johnny.
Well, yeah, you could hear that in Coach Doran's voice. Going back to just the last few plays before the half, those little 3-yard passes, 2 of them in a row to the sideline. That's the difference between that field goal attempt being an attempt and versus it being good.
It's a great point. You know, without those 2 short completions, that field goal is no good. They were right at the limit of Noah Burnett's leg at current with all he's dealt with his injuries. We'll take a break. Mike Moat has your halftime show. Great ball game here in South Bend. Beautiful day. If you look beyond from this bird's eye view, you look beyond the stadium here, you can see the flat foliage, the trees of this Indiana landscape as far as the eyes can see beyond this Notre Dame campus, far side of the stadium, and 360 degrees around. Beautiful, sunshiny, 65-degree October day here in Indiana. We'll send it back to Mike Moat in the studios. Notre Dame 10, NC State 7, down a field goal here at the half. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey, this is Dwayne Washington. You're listening to Wolfpack Football.
North Carolina folks often recognize and associate Edwards Incorporated with our mobile crane rental business, but that's only part of our story. We're also a full-service industrial general contractor that specializes in steel and pipe fabrication, electrical, and mechanical construction. Edwards Incorporated is committed to delivering exceptional value with an emphasis on safety, quality, and performance for your project needs. For your industrial construction needs, trust Edwards Incorporated to provide the quality you expect and deserve. Safety, quality, performance guarantee. Visit us at edwardsinc.com. Edwards Inc. is a proud supporter of NC State athletics.
Looking for comfort and convenience in Raleigh? Stay at Courtyard Raleigh Crabtree Valley. Just steps from Crabtree Valley Mall, minutes from downtown, and a touchdown run away from Carter Finley Stadium. Unwind in stylish, eco-friendly rooms. Enjoy fresh coffee at the bistro and stay productive with free Wi-Fi, 24/7 fitness, and business amenities. Recharge, relax, and plan your game day. Book now at Courtyard Raleigh Crabtree Valley at Marriott.com or call 919-782-6868.
Welcome to the Wolfpack Halftime Report. Coming up, first half stats and highlights, scores from the ACC and around the country, and more as our halftime coverage begins now.
Entertaining first 30 minutes. Wolfpack hanging right in there. They only trail 10-7, and had it not been for a pass interference penalty, that might not even be the case. But a really strong first half by this Wolfpack defense. Mike Moat back here in our studios as we get you started with halftime here, and we do so by spotlighting our Caterpillar Scholar Athlete of the Week. Caterpillar and NC State proud to honor NC State student athletes for excellence both on and off the field, and this week we feature Ellie Hadrick, who is a junior on the women's gymnastics team. She's studying biomedical engineering. She is from Durango, Colorado. And we want to congratulate her and all of the NC State Scholar athletes for their hard work and dedication to excellence. The ACC scoreboard first for you now. Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech in action in Atlanta. Actually, they've just gone to halftime. Georgia Tech kicking a field goal. They've scored a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and 2 field goals and lead the Hokies 21-7 at the intermission. Meanwhile, Wake Forest having no problems with Oregon State on the road.
3 Deacons wide right. Handoff goes left. No, it's a fake throw over the middle. Caught. Touchdown on the slant to Chris Barnes. His second touchdown catch of the day. And Wake opens up a 21-0 lead here at Corvallis.
That was a bullet right in the breadbasket. Perfect throw. Nicely caught.
And that was a big touchdown there in the second quarter. They've since added the extra point. It's now 22-0. They're approaching the 2-minute timeout in Corvallis as the Deacs have the upper hand there. Finals from earlier today saw Pitt get by Florida State at the Doak 34-31, cashing in a big turnover in the fourth quarter to get that win. SMU, meanwhile, beating Stanford 34-10. Later this evening, it's Clemson taking on Boston College. We'll give you the top 25 update after these words. It's the Irish 10, the Pack 7, and this is Wolfpack football from Learfield.
When it comes to engineering, in North Carolina, one name leads the pack. The College of Engineering at NC State University is where next-generation leaders design, build, and launch solutions into the world. Our students don't wait for the future, they create it now with real-world impact, innovative research, and industry partnerships that power change and fuel our economy. We're solving problems that matter here in North Carolina and beyond. Engineering the future. It all starts at NC State.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we believe that getting to know you is the best way to protect what you love most. We have friendly agents in every county to help you prepare for the unexpected. And when life doesn't go as planned, our award-winning claims team will be with you every step of the way. Find a local agent today at ncfbins.com. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Yo, it's Isaiah Moore. You're listening to Wolfpack Football.
Thanks to the fans, the Wolfpack definitely have a big home field advantage. Want the same kind of advantage for your home? Head to Quality Equipment to pick out your new John Deere agriculture, lawn, or worksite equipment. Our sales, parts, and service teams are ready to help. You'll also be a huge fan of our low monthly payments and special financing. Stop by one of our 35 locations or visit us online at QualityEquip.com. Quality Equipment, proud sponsors of NC State Athletics.
Looking to upgrade your home? Trust the name more homeowners choose. Window World of Raleigh and Fayetteville. We're a national brand with local ownership, proudly serving the Triangle and Fayetteville areas. We offer energy-efficient windows, siding, entry doors, garage doors, and roofing, all with professional installation and industry-leading warranties. Get your free estimate today at windowworldofraleigh.com. Financing options are available. Window World of Raleigh, a proud sponsor of NC State Athletics.
Right there, tied things up at 7 as Notre Dame got the lead, but then the Wolfpack responded with that touchdown drive and catch there by Terrell Anderson. What a nice play that was. And the Wolfpack just trailed by 3 here at the end of the first half. A really good defensive effort. Can't say enough about it. And that's the way it's been so far. Notre Dame's had a couple of trips into the red zone, and they have failed on both of those tries. Let's look at scores now from the top 25 for you. We are at halftime. One of the big games of the day happening out in Eugene is 7th-ranked Indiana traveling to 3rd-ranked Oregon, and halfway through it, it's Indiana with the lead, 13-10. They just kicked a field goal right before the half to take the lead over the Hoosiers. And this has been a back-and-forth battle, but Indiana has stood up to them so far in the first half. Meanwhile, number 6, Oklahoma and Texas, the annual Red River rivalry at the Texas State Fair. It's been a field goal battle so far. 6th-ranked Oklahoma leading it 6-3. Longhorns getting on the board right before the half with a field goal of their own. And John Mateer is playing in this game for Oklahoma. Of course, the quarterback was in question before the start of this one. 12th-ranked Tennessee and Arkansas doing battle, and right now it's 10-10. That's Bobby Petrino, the interim coach's debut. His second go-around as the coach at Arkansas, if you'll recall, and they're playing awfully well on the road against the Volunteers so far. 22nd ranked Iowa State leading Colorado 13-7. That is in the second quarter. Top-ranked Ohio State earlier today went on the road, and they dominated 17th-ranked Illinois. Game really wasn't close. 34-16 was your final in that contest. Number 4, Ole Miss, hangs on, and I do mean hangs on, for a win over Washington State. 27-24 was the final in this game. Meanwhile, number 8, Alabama got by Missouri. 27-24 was the final there. Ole Miss was 24-21, not 27-24. My apologies. Now, later on this evening, it'll be 5th-ranked Texas A&M in College Station to face Florida. Gators, of course, knocking the Longhorns out of the top 10 and out of the top 25 with their win last week at home. We'll see what they can do on the road. It's 9th-ranked Texas Tech taking on Kansas later this evening. It'll be number 10 Georgia and Auburn for the oldest rivalry in the Deep South. 15th-ranked Michigan on the road taking on USC in the Coliseum tonight. Should be an interesting matchup. And then later it's 11th-ranked LSU taking on South Carolina. Our score at the break, 10 for Notre Dame, 7 for the Wolfpack. You're listening to NC State football from Learfield.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to power a brighter future in Wolfpack Nation and across our state. Beyond providing electricity that powers our lives, electric co-ops are strengthening local communities with education grants, economic development, innovative energy projects, and tools to help you better manage your home energy use. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com.
This is your home for NC State football, the Wolfpack Sports Network from Learfield.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of NC State Athletics.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Take advantage of exceptional lease offers today.
In the first quarter, trying to do it here in the second. Shotgun set for Carr, Price to his right shoulder, 2 minutes to play, tie ball game first half. Raritan motions to the right. Now Fields comes toward the formation. Snap to Carr. It's a play fake. He's driven, pressured. Sebastian Harsh right on him. Throws it end zone. Intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone. NC State has the ball, and it's a touchback at 1:51 to play here in the first. All tied at 7.
2 red zone stops for the Pack's defense in that first half. The last one coming there with the interception on 4th down, and that turned them away. They did kick a field goal, though, on the next possession to lead this one at the half, 10-7. That's Notre Dame with the lead. Let's look at some of the stats from this first half. Total yardage, it's 146 for the Wolfpack, 241 for the Irish. And C.J. Bailey, he's had a pretty good first half, 11 of 18, 122 yards passing, the 1 touchdown pass to Terrell Anderson. Rush yards, not so good yet for the Wolfpack. We'll see what happens in the second half. 25 yards for the Pack, rushing by their leading rusher, Hollywood Smothers. He's carried it 8 times to get those. Only 2 penalties for the Wolfpack in the first half, 3 for 20 yards for Notre Dame. Packed with 7 first downs, 9 for Notre Dame. Wolfpack 4 out of 10 on third down conversions. Irish not that great, 2 out of 7. The Irish have failed on both of their fourth down opportunities, while the Wolfpack cashed in on their lone chance. The Pack ran 34 plays compared to the Irish's 32. And some of the individual numbers that stand out here in the first half, we did mention C.J. Bailey's 11 of 18 for 122 yards and the 1 touchdown. Smothers has 25 yards, 8 carries, as we said. Terrell Anderson, the leading receiver for the Wolfpack in the first half, he's got the 2 catches, the 45-yard touchdown receptions, 57 yards total. Also 2 receptions for Duke Scott, who has 19 yards on those. You add it all up, Wolfpack hanging right in there for right now. 10-7, Notre Dame will be on offense when we start the third quarter. And we'll bring Matt, Johnny, and Tony back for the third quarter play-by-play story after this break. It's Notre Dame 10, NC State 7. This is Wolfpack football from Learfield.
R&D Brewing is bringing the official beer of Saturday to Carter Finley Stadium this football season. 7 Saturdays IPA is the perfect beer for watching the big game, whether you're tailgating with friends or watching the game at home. Pick up your 7 Saturdays IPA at any major retail outlet across North Carolina. Make every day Saturday. R&D Brewing reminds you to please drink responsibly.
Wolfpack fans, CPI Security is the official security and smart home company of NC State Athletics. Get the best defense with the Southeast leader in smart security. With CPI Security's professional installation and state-of-the-art 24/7 monitoring, you can rest assured knowing your home and business are protected. Plus, with our newest service, Night Guard, you can sleep soundly knowing CPI is on guard in the overnight hours. Contact us today to learn more at cpisecurity.com.
Hey, this is LeVar Fisher. You're listening to Wolfpack Football.
Sometimes everything goes your way, and sometimes it doesn't.
Just like on the field or on the court, life and business have ups and downs. I'm Larry Barber, President and CEO of North State Bank, and that's why you need to call us. We'll be with you no matter what comes your way.
North State Bank, the best call you'll ever make. Visit northstatebank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, and home to Wolfpack fans.
North Carolina folks often recognize and associate Edwards Incorporated with our mobile crane rental business, but that's only part of our story. We're also a full-service industrial general contractor that specializes in steel and pipe fabrication, electrical, and mechanical construction. Edwards Incorporated is committed to delivering exceptional value with an emphasis on safety, quality, and performance for your project needs. For your industrial construction needs, trust Edwards Incorporated to provide the quality you expect and deserve. Safety, quality, performance guaranteed. Visit us at edwardsinc.com. Edwards Inc. is a proud supporter of NC State Athletics.
Seven is the score here. We're about 90 seconds or so away, 2 minutes from the second half starting up here in South Bend, Indiana. 241 total yards for Notre Dame, 146 total yards for NC State. C.J. Bailey, 11 of 18 passing, 122 yards and a touchdown. No interceptions. And importantly, no turnovers for NC State at all. Assad Brown had an end zone interception for the Pack against this Notre Dame squad that is so reticent to kick field goals. Passed up on 2 chip shot field goals on 4th and short and converts neither of them. Does Notre Dame. Hollywood Smothers, 8 carries, 25 yards. Duke Scott, 1 carry, 7 yards. Terrell Anderson, the big play of the game, big play of the day for the Pack. 3 catches, 57 yards and a touchdown. He had a 45-yarder down the sideline for the touchdown. And then Scott with 2 catches for 19 yards. One of those was a first down grab. I think both actually were for free. Hoffman, 1 catch, 21 yards. And Keenan Jackson, 1 for 9. C.J. Carr, 10 of 15 passing, 182 yards. No touchdowns, 1 pick. Johnny, compare and contrast the 2 quarterbacks in this ball game and how they've played so far.
I think both have been terrific. I think both the CJs, Bailey for NC State, Carr for Notre Dame,
have been awesome. Of course, Carr had the one long pass. It wasn't a touchdown, but he threw it all the way from the 50 down to about the 5-yard line when they scored it led to their only touchdown. He did throw the one interception, C.J. Carr did for Notre Dame, but it was on 4th, and it was kind of desperation. It's just NC State was going to get the ball if you get sacked and run out of bounds like he did the previous 4th down play. So he just threw it up, and it was picked off, and no turnovers, like you said, for C.J. Bailey.
So now this field turf surface has one big patch of sun that engulfs the left red zone. The rest of the field is in shade as Charlie Birtwistle runs up and boots it off the tee as we are starting the third quarter. It arcs end over end into the left end zone. Great job by Birtwistle to not allow a return from the very dangerous Jadarian Price. And a touchback there for the ball at the 25-yard line. 10-7. Notre Dame's up by 3 points after the Noah Burnett field goal to end the first half. And here is C.J. Carr out to run the ball here, or to hand the ball off potentially to Jeremiah Love, who has 11 carries for 32 yards. He's now to the right of Carr. First play of the second half from scrimmage. Carr flips to the left shoulder now. 2 targets right, Fields short side left. Snap to Carr at the 25. Hand off to Love, nothing doing. Chopped down, dropped right at the line of scrimmage. A gain of 0 yards, and Love has 12 carries for 32 yards. The Packs bottled him up again.
Can't tell you how impressive it's been that they've been able to bottle up one of the very best running backs in all of football, all of college football. And this is a defense that heretofore has been giving up big gash runs. Don't want to speak too soon, but so far, NC State's done an excellent job.
Sloan and Soares combined for that stop there. 2nd and 10. Ball shaded to the left hashes at the 25. Same formation. Snap to Carr, play fake. Lob over the middle, incomplete. Wanted Fields on the slant. Jamel Johnson's left hand denies that football from Malachi Fields, the 6'4 target, former Virginia Cavalier. And he's played well against NC State. He had 3 catches for 60 yards when the Pack played Virginia a few years back. Sets up 3rd and 10.
Just too far. When you throw it too far for a 6'4 receiver coming across the middle, you've thrown it too high.
Here's Pauling and Faison to the right. Rarrett in the tight end with Fields to the left. 3rd and 10 now for Notre Dame. Snap at the 25. Blitz is on. It's picked up. Carr rifles it right. It's batted away, incomplete, intended for Pauling at the 35. Tapped away by Jackson Vick with his fingertips on the ball to the near sideline, and Notre Dame goes 3 and out to start the second half.
Amazing coverage by Vick. He gave a little cushion. The ball had to be in the air so long, it was from the left hash all the way to the right sideline. So the ball was in the air. Vick just broke on the ball and cut down on that cushion that he gave the receiver, knocked the ball down.
Story of the day is the rusty on Jeremiah Love. He's had no room to run. Snap back at the 25. Rendell, the punter, boots it at the Notre Dame 13. Wobbler left to right. Fair catch called for at the last second by Terrell Anderson as he sprints underneath it toward the far numbers at the 32-yard line. Right hand wheeling around at the right side of his helmet to call that fair catch, and they get that hand back in time for the grab. And they spot the ball at the 33-yard line. They move it up a yard. 1st and 10 for NC State. They shove Notre Dame back to the 32 now. They moved it around. They shoved Notre Dame off the field in less than a minute. So here's Bailey now with 11 of 18 passing on the day. Smothers to his left shoulder with 2 receivers to each side. 2 to the left and 1 to the right. Bailey takes the snap, puts it in the gut of Smothers. Pauses for a moment off the right side of the line. Plunges over the 35 to the 36 for a gain of about 3. And it's 2nd and 7.
That's still a good first down run. You're not getting behind the sticks. You're right on schedule. You do that 3 times, you move the stakes. So it's just a good first down call, good first down run.
Right hashes. Here's Bailey, claps for the ball. Pack moves right to left. Zips it left. There's Grimes on a slant. He has that ball at his belt buckle. Squeezes it there at the 40-yard line. Tackled right away. It makes it a Christian Gray tackle for Notre Dame, and it makes it 3rd and 2. First time we've called out Grimes' name today.
Good job by Grimes just holding on to the ball because the defender hit him as soon as the ball touched Grimes' hands. He was being hit from behind, jarred, and he was able to still maintain possession. They're going to take a look.
The ruling on the field of a completed pass is under further review.
All right, Barbasol replay. Immediately, one of the Notre Dame defenders said that ball was loose when Grimes hit the turf at the 40. He was right in front of Christian Gray as the ball was on the left hand of Grimes, and then he was pushed down to the turf on his back. 13:07 here in the third quarter. Notre Dame 10, NC State 7. Grimes gets shoved down on his rib cage. Ball's kind of squeezed in there. Down to the sidelines, Tony Haynes.
NC State was about to snap that ball with the three big tight ends coming in there. Cody Hardy and Dante Daniels had joined Justin Jolie. They were all going to start on the right side of the line on what would be a 3rd and 2. I don't see anything there, guys, that would indicate that wasn't a catch. So.
Let's see how loud the boo meter is after this.
Well, I don't. Yeah, now this was. But yeah, it looked like NC State was going to show a running formation with the 3 tight ends. Now that doesn't mean they.
After further review, the pass was incomplete. Third down.
All right.
Wow.
So it sets up 3rd and 8, I believe. Third and 7 after the incompletion to Grimes. Rogers and Jackson left. Jolie and Grimes to the right. Ball toward the right hashes for the Pack, down by 3 here in South Bend. Snap back of the Pack 35. Bailey rifles it, a deep ball, uncorks one, overthrows his target down the left sideline. Once Noah Rogers at the Notre Dame 20. Bailey really flashes the arm. Boy, he threw that one to the wide side of the field all the way down to the 20. And that was about 60 yards in the air. It's incomplete.
And usually the comment, anytime you throw the ball that far down the field and it's overthrown, you have to say he should have put more air under it. But I don't know that he could put any more air under that. I mean, that ball's hung up in the air and went so far. I think he really showed what kind of arm strength he has.
It's almost like the punt we're about to see here from Noonkester, potentially. Snap to him, and he boots it off right to left. This is a good one as backpedaling his phase on at the 10. And fair catch called for a beauty of a punt by Noonkester to leave 90 yards to go for Notre Dame. Bring on back to school at Kohl's. From on-trend outfits to everyday styles. Find looks your kids will love at prices you'll love when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where families come first. We'll take a break. 12:54 to play, third quarter. It's Notre Dame 10, NC State 7. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Thanks to the fans, the Wolfpack definitely have a big home field advantage. Want the same kind of advantage for your home? Head to Quality Equipment to pick out your new John Deere agriculture, lawn, or worksite equipment. Our sales, parts, and service teams are ready to help. You'll also be a huge fan of our low monthly payments and special financing. Stop by one of our 35 locations or visit us online at QualityEquip.com. Quality Equipment, proud sponsors of NC State Athletics.
When it comes to engineering, in North Carolina, one name leads the pack. The College of Engineering at NC State University is where next-generation leaders design, build, and launch solutions into the world. Our students don't wait for the future, they create it now with real-world impact, innovative research, and industry partnerships that power change and fuel our economy. We're solving problems that matter here in North Carolina and beyond. Engineering the future. It all starts at NC State.
All the action, all season long. You're listening to NC State football.
Bad news for the Pack. Out of halftime, Terrell Anderson will not return the rest of this game. Johnny, you thought after one of his catches, he kind of put his hand up in the air and came off the field?
He just said, I got to come out. He came out on his own power. They didn't even call timeout. He came up to the sidelines. It didn't appear to me to be a lower body injury because it wasn't even any notice of any limp. I'm thinking when he went down, he fell on his shoulder too hard. So that's what I'm surmising.
He had the 45-yard touchdown catch in the first half. It is NC State on defense here with 12:54 to play in the third quarter. And Jadarian Price is the running back. Price has had some room to work. 9.3 yards a carry. 4 carries for 37 yards. He hasn't had a ton of touches. It is 10-7 Notre Dame leads. 12:54 third quarter. Pistol set here for Carr. 2 tight ends, Washington right, Raridan left, tight to the line for Notre Dame. Snap at the 10, handoff now to Price. He is dragged down from behind at the 15-yard line by Assad Brown and Caden Fordham. And Brown has played really well as a redshirt freshman for NC State this year, thrust into early snaps from scrimmage at nickel and safety.
Yeah, doing a solid job, and again, holding Price to just a 5-yard run on first down. That's way below his season average and also his game average.
2nd and 5. Here's Washington, the Arkansas transfer at tight end. Motions toward the right side of the line. Now Raridan flip sides to the left. 1 receiver to each side. Faison left, Fields right. Here is 2nd and 5 now. Carr airs it right sideline. He's testing the secondary. Flags come out. Devon Marshall bats the ball away at the 35, but they say pass interference. There have not been a lot of boundary tests against the
pass
corners.
Interference. Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Dave Doran is not happy about that call and that flag thrown, and it sets up 1st and 10 here for Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was actually good defense. Was that Marshall?
Yes.
On the coverage. But Fields did such a nice job of. He felt like he could have gotten pushed kind of out of bounds if he was less physical. He played physical, stayed in the play, and actually got both hands up. It made it look worse, Marshall going against him, and so that's why it was called.
Ball's at the 30-yard line. Fields now the receiver, short side right. Faison and Raridan to the left. Snap back to Carr. Deep drop, steps up through pressure. He's dragged down. Travali Price sacks him at the 25. Loss of 5 on the play as Carr is pulled down by big Travali Price, who now has 2.5 sacks on the year. 11:54 to play here in the third quarter. That's a Food Lion sack and a 10-7 Notre Dame ball game. Down to the sidelines, Tony Haynes.
And that's good coverage downfield. Carr wanted to go big there, going for a deep one down the middle of the field, but the pocket collapsed on him. Big sack for the Pack.
2nd and 15. Raridan motions to the left. Carr, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap back to Carr. Handoff to Price. Rumbles up the middle, chop down. Gain of a few yards to the 28-yard line. A gain of 3 up the gut. That is Assad Brown active today. Brown with that tackle. And it's 3rd and a dozen here for Notre Dame.
But it was Travali Price on 2nd down, the sack that put Notre Dame's offense behind the sticks, behind schedule, causing this 3rd and long.
Soares and McBride are the linebackers, with Caden Fordham as well. 3rd and 12 now. Notre Dame at its own 28. Flag flies on the snap. Look at a false start. C.J. Carr was trying to point something out about the protection. Tony Haynes on the sideline.
Yeah, they were getting antsy up front. NC State was showing blitz. Fordham was crowding the line of scrimmage, and the Pack
false start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
Kenny Soares also ducking in there tight, showing blitz. We don't know if they would have been coming or not, but sometimes those offensive linemen get a little anxious there and can't hold their water.
That's the center, Ashton Craig. Had to pump fake the football a little bit. Makes it 3rd and 17 here at the 23-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Snap back to Carr. Drop back at a 17. Steps up in the pocket. Clean pocket. Now Shirley's all over him. Lofts it over the middle. Coming back is Faison with the grab. He backtracks to the 35. And on 3rd and 17 is a couple of yards shy of the sticks. Tackled at the 38-yard line by Assad Brown. Active once again. And it's a punt situation here for Notre Dame. Great job by the Pack defense to not break there on the 15-yard pickup.
And that's a Faison on the backtrack, as you called it, looks like they're going to go into an offensive set.
Yeah, they are now 4th and 2 at their own 38. Backup quarterback Tyler Buckner. He does take the snap, and it's a design keeper on the fake punt, and he gets it to the 41. Now that's a 4-star quarterback, Tyler Buckner, their 3rd-string QB taking snaps. A big recruit, and I think NC State just called timeout.
They got back up to run the first down play, Tony.
The ball is
and so they forced. They didn't have the defense in the game.
They did have it. They actually did, Johnny. The NC State kept the defense on the field even for the 4th down play.
But they didn't have the defense they wanted for the first down play.
Right. Sure. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's twice. Notre Dame has gotten really clever and forced NC State to use a timeout. But the Pack did keep the defense on the field for that when they went for it on 4th down, but the Irish were able to block it well.
Gutsy call, gutsy execution by Notre Dame.
And they didn't charge a timeout to NC State now. The offense for Notre Dame's come back out after Tim Hedgepeth made a call on the mic. So Notre Dame's offense was allowed to substitute a quarterback back in. As here's C.J. Carr back at the 41. Wide side of the field toss and a leaping effort with a right foot toe tapper is in at the far side of the field for K.K. Smith, 6 foot 176 target from Frisco, Texas. And there's a first down for Notre Dame to the Pack 49. That's his 3rd catch this year. 1st and 10 here for Carr. Left hashes. Raritan, Faison, Fields right, Smith short side left, in the shade, in the shadows in South Bend. Snap to Carr, one-legged toss downfield. Raritan has it incomplete, and a flag comes out as he slides under at the 14-yard line underneath Kenny Soares and Assad Brown. Down the far numbers, 6'7" Raritan.
Defense number 33, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Johnny, how hard is it for a defensive back to play an underthrown football like that?
Almost impossible. I mean, he's running, he's trying to catch up. It's a linebacker trying to catch a wide receiver, and he just, you do the best you can, Tony, but no way to really cover it.
Yeah, Soares was beaten, and he couldn't get his head turned back towards the ball. So when your head is not turning back for the ball and you make contact, they're going to call it.
Snap with the 34 here for Carr. Handoff to Price, who sprints off left tackle, and he's submarined at the 31-yard line. Gain of a couple of yards. Caden Fordham's there on that tackle at 2nd and 7.
You can see that Notre Dame's offense getting a little rhythm here, trying to run the football on first down.
Fordham now has 8 tackles in the game. 2nd and 7 at the Pack 31. Faison and Smith to the right. Snap back to Carr. Handoff now to Price. Huge hole off left side. Angles over the 25 and down toward the 20. A gain of 11 yards for Jadarian Price. He wasn't contacted until he was tackled at the 20. And there is an injured Pack defender on his seat at the 21-yard line. That's Kenny Soares, the linebacker who made the tackle.
Point injury.
I think it's cramping.
Timeout on the field.
Way he's holding his calf, his toes up. Tony kind of legs straight out and toes are up. It looks like that's a calf cramp right there, Tony.
Yeah, and remember, the last 2 plays, again, he was trying to hustle back and catch up to the receiver when he was called for pass interference there. He covered a lot of ground to make a play on the tackle. So he's done a lot of running here over the last few plays and probably did cramp up.
Lenovo Global Technology Solutions Company that has called NC home for 2 decades is proud to support the community and the NC State Wolfpack. Lenovo, smarter technology for all. Visit us at Lenovo.com. We'll take a break, tending to Kenny Soares out there at the far sideline. 8:30 to play, 3rd quarter. Notre Dame 10, NC State 7. Here in South Bend, you're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Hey, this is Mike London, and you're listening to NC State Football.
Want instant savings at the gas pump every time you fill up? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Download the ExxonMobil app and sign up for ExxonMobil Direct Debit Plus. Then you'll get up to 12 cents off every gallon instantly. Go on, sign up today. It's easy. Download the handy Hugo's Crazies Rewards app and get amazing deals throughout the store each and every month. Right now, you can get any size fountain, coffee, or cappuccino for only 99 cents. Download the handy Hugo's Crazies Rewards app and never pay full price again.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of NC State Athletics.
Straight down to the sidelines to Tony Haynes.
Yeah, it is a calf cramp for Kenny Soares. They got a little rolling device that they're actually rolling both of his calves right now. Chancey cramped up on both sides.
All right, 1st and 10 here for Notre Dame at the Pac 20-yard line. One receiver to each side, two tight ends to the right. Snap back to Carr, handoff to Price, runs right behind those tight ends, and Caden Fordham shuts it down. A gain of 2 yards for Price with the clock at 8:09 and ticking. How about the athletic director for NC State, Boo Corrigan, who went here as an undergrad. His father was the athletic director here, 81 to 87. Hires Lou Holtz at the back end in 1985, I believe, here at Notre Dame. Becomes the commissioner of the ACC, becomes the president of the NCAA. One of many Corrigan ties here at Notre Dame. 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line. Snap to Carr, handoff to Price, and Sebastian Harsh is there to whip him to the turf. A gain of 0 yards for Price with 7:35 and ticking here in a 10-7 Notre Dame lead. Tony Haynes.
That's correct.
And it is Sloan and McBride down there on the sideline. Isaiah Shirley as well.
Nobody went with the quarterback Carr on the after the handoff, wide open to the left. So be looking for a keeper possibly here in the next few plays with quarterback.
3rd and 8 now at the 18. Price to the left shoulder of Carr. Raritan motions tight to the line left. Smith and Faison left, Fields right. Snap shin high to Carr. He pulls it up, airs it center of the end zone. Smith is there. Touchdown Notre Dame. Right under the goalpost, it's KK Smith, who has his 3rd and 4th catches of the year on this drive. That's his first touchdown, and Jackson Vick was right there with him, but the catch is made, and Carr has a pass touchdown.
Official timeout for an injury.
6:58 to play, 3rd quarter. Notre Dame 16, NC State 7. One of the Pac defenders is down right now at the 22-yard line. That's J.J. Johnson, the safety.
And receiver Smith for Notre Dame really put a great move on Vick. Vick was just trailing him by about 5 yards. He did, once the ball was in the air, because the ball was really not thrown out in front that far to Smith in the end zone. He had to sort of stop and wait for it, but Vick was able to close down that 5-yard gap to about 3, but still not even close enough to make a play on the ball or to even make contact with Smith. So pretty good. Give Smith a lot of credit, making a big move on Vick.
Hey, Pac fans, One Pac NIL Collective is a proud sponsor of NC State Athletics and supporter of NC State football and our student athletes. Membership to One Pac NIL Collective includes autographed memorabilia, exclusive events and experiences, custom merchandise, and much more. Visit onepacnil.com and join today. Well, J.J. Johnson's having a hard time walking off the field. He didn't play a couple of games ago. He didn't play last game is when he missed. He missed last game with an injury, so he's trying to gut it out, but may have re-aggravated something.
He's not putting any pressure on his right leg, and that normally doesn't look like a cramp, like what Soares was laying on the ground with the stiff legs, Tony. So
yeah, they were looking at his right knee.
Yeah.
In the middle of the field came open. He was coming with pressure there. And so that left Vick one-on-one in the middle of the field wide open. Tough matchup there for a nickel in that situation. But Johnson was coming safety blitz. Great job by Notre Dame picking it up. And when it rains and pours, boy, on the back end of this defense, they continue to absorb injuries.
Real quick, as they're about to kick the PAT, TV just went to break. Let's take it with them. You're listening to Wolfpack Football here from Learfield. We step aside.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to power a brighter future in Wolfpack Nation and across our state. Beyond providing electricity that powers our lives, electric co-ops are strengthening local communities with education grants, economic development, innovative energy projects, and tools to help you better manage your home energy use. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, you're more than a policy, you're family. With offices in every county, we're close by when it matters most. Our local agents customize coverage to fit your life. And our award-winning claims team delivers fast, quality repairs. It's no surprise Forbes ranked us the #1 auto insurer in America. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
It's time for the annual Team Impact All-In 5K. Join Team Impact on October 19th and help support their mission to create a world where every child facing serious illness and disability feels supported by something bigger, and every collegiate team is transformed by a greater purpose. Remember, there's no wrong way to 5K. Run, walk, or roll a 5K in your neighborhood, at your local college campus, or join one of Team Impact's hub locations. Join the movement to get all kids in the game. Team Impact, all in, all together. Learn more at teamimpact.org/allin5K.
So the PAT was never attempted. They went to break before it, and now they're on. Here is Buckner, the holder. Again, he is the third-string quarterback. Noah Burnett is on to kick it after the touchdown to KK Smith, an 18-yard pass. Snap is there, the hold is down, and Burnett's kick is good through the right uprights. It's 17-7 Notre Dame. Probably won't go to break here as they typically do. We'll stay right here with 6:58 to play. We are due for a station ID. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield. Go down to the sidelines to our guy Tony Haynes.
Yeah, during that timeout, I heard one of the officials coming over here, and they were talking to some of the administrators on the side that they were told initially that the television was going to take a timeout after the extra point.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, somebody in the truck changed their mind on that injury, and so that's why you got the timeout before the extra point. Now, afterwards, you don't get one.
Well, timeout pump fake.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Got to watch out for those guys in the truck.
17-7 Notre Dame lead. 6:58 third quarter. And this is the run-up and the boot from left to right at the right shoulder of Duke Scott. Kind of bobbles it for a moment. And it is a touchback, all said and done. That was a line drive kick by Schmidt, almost like accelerated up to his shoulder. Back into the play there, kind of surprised him.
Yeah, I think it did surprise him. I think if he'd have fielded that well, that'd have been one to return because it was so low, and the defenders for Notre Dame probably weren't even past the 30-yard line.
Right.
So he'd have had a good little space, but he didn't. Like you said, it surprised him, hit him in the shoulder, bobbled it just a bit. He did the right thing by staying in the end zone.
All right, a little bit of danger time here now. Notre Dame's up 17-7. On the road, mid-third quarter. We want to do something here if you're the Pack. Pistol set for Bailey. Snap at the 25 left hashes. Spirals it left. That's Jackson with the grab. Spun out of bounds near side of the field, just shy of the 30. So a gain of about 4.5 yards to Keenan Jackson on the near sideline. There was Leonard Moore there. One of the rare times they have thrown the ball to Moore's side of the field. 3 interceptions this year, and he's missed 2 games. He is one of the best corners in the country, likely first-team All-American. 2nd and 6 at the Pack 29. Snap back to Bailey with 3 targets to work with. Dump off right flat, spinning grab, Smothers eludes one tackle, now blows past another, and has a first down for NC State to the 38-yard line. A gain of 7.5 yards to Smothers as Tate Johnson finally stops him at the far side. Tony Haynes.
Well, Hollywood Smothers been a marked man today. They're trying to cage him up as much as possible. And while he's been productive, he has not made that big explosive play yet So Notre Dame has really kept a close eye on him. He's split out wide this time.
That's a first horizon first down for Smothers. Snap to Bailey, bobbles it for a second, hands it off to Smothers. There's a toss to the far side of the field, back to Bailey, and they sniff it out and stuff it. Do the Fighting Irish. Junior Tuialamaka is there in coverage of Bailey at the far side of the field. It was a jet sweep, toss back to Bailey. Notre Dame is there for a loss of 4 on the play.
Well, give Notre Dame a lot of credit. Junior did an outstanding job of reading it early. He saw Bailey going out. He never saw the pass. It kind of went right over his shoulder. He had an opportunity for a pick six, but he was looking at Bailey and made the tackle. 2nd and 14 for the Pack. Snap with 5 minutes to play, third quarter, back at the 34. Bailey, deep drop, flag comes out, could be a hold. Bailey evacuates the pocket, throws it out of bounds at the Notre Dame side of the field. Far side, Teague Anderson was trying to hang on to the Notre Dame blitzer to make sure Bailey wasn't contacted.
Holding. Offense number 54. The penalty is declined. It's third down.
As Jordan Botello was the man off the edge for Notre Dame. This is actually his 56th Notre Dame game. That's top 10 in Irish history. He's been around forever. He's their third stringer right now. He has effective play there.
That was an outstanding play by Botello. He usually, CJ so athletic, he can get around or create some space for himself, but all he could do was backtrack. And as he got further back, he was digging himself further into the hole.
3rd and 14 at the 34-yard line. 5:05 third quarter, Notre Dame up 17-7. Snap knee high back to Bailey. Feels blindside pressure. Eludes and then rushes to the right. Tucks and runs, sprints, long-legged over the 40, up toward the 45-yard line. As C.J. Bailey avoids contact, Aiden Schuler shepherds him out of bounds at the far side. And a decision to be made here. It's 4th and 4. They will bring Noonkester on to punt at the snap point of 44-yard line for NC State.
They may try to draw them off sides because that would keep the sticks moving. So let's watch and see if they try to do that hard clap and make Notre Dame jump.
Notre Dame, or NC State rather, successfully faked punts this year too. Faked up punt, snap back, it is conventional. Noonkester boots it off, it rainbows right to left, hits at the 3 and then takes a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback at 4:15 to play in the third quarter. Notre Dame with the ball back, up 17-7. We'll take a break. They have it at the 20-yard line with a 10-point advantage here over the Pack, with the sun beginning to dip here in South Bend, Indiana, on what has been a gorgeous day for football here in Notre Dame Stadium. We'll take a break. You're listening to Wolfpack Football here from Learfield.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Torrey Holtz, and you're listening to Wolfpack Football.
Your business runs on technology, but is it secure? At Milner, we deliver managed IT and cybersecurity services that keep your data safe, your network protected, and your business compliant. We're SOC 2 Type 2 certified, so you can trust us to manage cyber risks while you focus on growth. And yes, we've still got your office covered with copiers and printers that work as hard as you do. Milner, technology that's secure, reliable, and always on your side.
Hi, this is head coach Dave Doran, and I'm proud to drive a vehicle from John Heister Automotive. Get off your keister and come to Heister.
Hello, I'm John Heister for the Heister Automotive Group. We're excited to back the Pack this season. Coach Doran drives one of our vehicles, and you can too. Just visit one of our 4 locations around the Triangle, Sanford, Lillington, or Fuquay Marina. And all of them are closer to you now with the opening of the 540 Outer Loop. Or go online to HeisterAutomotive.com, and we'll bring the vehicle to you. So it's just one more reason to get off your keister and come to Heister.
Vic's the nickel. Jamel Johnson is the near corner with Brian Nelson as the far side corner. Fordham and Soares are the linebackers. It is Price and Cleveland, Harsh and Thomas. Those are the 11 defenders here for the Pack on a key drive, down by 10. C.J. Carr comes out, 13 of 20 passing, 225 yards, a touchdown, and a pick today. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Raritan now motions right across, right to the right of Wagner, the right tackle's hip. Snap back at the 20. Carr wants it all. Down the seam it is. Nearly intercepted at the Pack 40-yard line. Jackson Vick goes over the left shoulder of Will Pauling and almost pulls it down with 2 hands. Pauling's underneath him right at his sternum and dislodges the ball, playing defense on offense. Down to the sidelines, Tony Haynes.
Play there by Vick. J.J. Johnson, we saw him come off with what looked like a right knee injury. They have taken him to the locker room, so I don't think we'll see him for the rest of the day.
More attrition for the secondary. 2nd and 10 for Notre Dame at the 20. Snap back to Carr. Handoff to Love. Bounces it out to the left side. Sprints over the 30. North of the 40. And then Ronnie Royal shoves him out of bounds. Shy of the 45-yard line. It's a gain of about 23 yards. One of the Pack defenders is on his back at the Notre Dame sideline on that thick white out of bounds line at the 50. And is...
Official timeout.
Yep.
Point injury.
He's not moving a whole lot either.
He's on his back
still.
very still. Yeah. After that first down run, as the training staff is tending to him. Medical Moving Solutions has partnered with NC State football this fall for every field goal and interception the Pack makes this season. Medical Moving Solutions will donate $100 to Gigi's Playhouse. Thank you to Medical Moving Solutions for your support of Gigi's Playhouse and the NC State Wolfpack. As we go down to the sidelines, Tony Haynes.
I think that's Kenny Soares again cramping up his right leg right there on the Notre Dame sideline. So, what you try to do as much as you can, you get one of those cramps and come off and get as much liquid in you as possible, but they tend to come back. And now he's back on his feet again.
Yeah, it's a 24-yard run for Love. First time Love has gotten free today. 13 carries, 56 yards now. Between Price and Love, 23 carries for over 110 yards. As Zane Williams is on now to replace Kenny Soares. Down to the sidelines, Dorg.
Yeah, and that play there, something Dave Doran talked about this week. If he gets on the edge like that, and you don't have a linebacker or a defensive end trying to get him down, then all of a sudden you're asking your corners to tackle a guy who's very difficult to tackle at any position.
So Smith's the wide receiver right. It's Pauling and Fields now left. Snap 1st and 10 at Notre Dame at its own 44. Carr, couple of steps right, shuffles the cleat, zips it right. There's Smith. He has the grab at the Pack 35, and now he angles near sideline down inside the 30 toward the 25. A big gainer to K.K. Smith, who was an infrequently used target before today. He only had 2 catches. He had a touchdown last drive, and that big haul there for Notre Dame to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Carr, shotgun, Love to his left shoulder. Takes the snap, hands it off to Love. Student body right, makes his cut at the 20, and then he dives over the 15, down south of it toward the 12. A gain of about 13 yards for Jeremiah Love down the near numbers. They're playing hurry up. They like this personnel. 1st and 10 now at the 12. 17-7 Notre Dame lead. Under 3 to play, 3rd quarter. Pauling and Fields left. Smith right. Snap back to Carr, right hashes. Fires slant over the middle. Fields catch, goal line, touchdown. Make it Pauling. Will Pauling with a touchdown grab, and Notre Dame is now up big, 23-7, with 2:46 to play here in the 3rd. Carr has...
timeout. Point injury.
It's a Notre Dame offensive lineman. It's a 5-play, 80-yard drive. It only takes 62 seconds. As C.J. Carr now has 2 pass TDs. What do you think, Johnny? Will Pauling beat him on the inside there on the slant?
Yeah, that's right. It was really more like a dig instead of an angle slant. He went down, got right to about the 4 or 5 yard line, and then he got in position. It was almost like a basketball play, Tony, where the receiver got himself between the defensive player and the quarterback. And then for a quarterback, you see that happen. You just put it somewhere in his chest area, Tony, and that's what happened, and came up with a touchdown.
Yeah, they're doing a great job working the middle of the field with their slots here on these last couple of touchdowns. And, some of this result of NC State, the offense's inability to stay on the field. You think about it, since we saw the big pass to Terrell Anderson to tie this game, 7-7, the NC State offense hasn't really had a lot of success, and they've not been able to stay on the field for long enough periods. Now, all of a sudden, Notre Dame offense keeps coming back out there, and they're starting to find a rhythm.
There's Burnett on to kick the point after try. Buckner is the holder. And they use Buckner because they always want the threat of faking it. Snap is there, hold is down. The kick from Burnett is through the right uprights. 2:46 on the clock. Stay right here. Notre Dame up 24-7. Go to struttothehut.com to find exclusive Pack fan deals. Offers are updated throughout the years, so the Pack always gets the best price. Go to struttothehut.com. Order Pizza Hut today.
Yeah, prior to the touchdown play, though, give Smith a lot of credit. Here in the second half, receiver Smith for Notre Dame, 3 catches, 59 yards. That's right at 19.5 yards per catch. One of those was a touchdown on his previous catch. So give Smith, he came out with big catch on this drive. And then finally, Jadarian Love is the guy that we thought we were going to see on that drive. He has now 14 carries for 69 yards. That's the great running back for Notre Dame. And he has 1 touchdown. That was early in the first quarter. So they're sort of, that offense is sort of getting their rhythm, Matt.
There's Schmidt now to run it up and boot it off the tee. Left to right. This is fair catch called for by Duke Scott. Kind of sprints up, a little panicky at the last moment there at the 9-yard line.
I think it was a knuckler. I think he was really struggling to hang with the catch. And so he just not fielding it cleanly. But I believe he may have been told, just call fair catch before he even went out there, because that was kind of a low one, and he's catching it on about the 8 or 9 yard line, and I think Duke has that little speed going forward, but he mishandled it.
So Rogers and Hoffman are right. Hey, Cody Hardy's in the ball game now. He's to the left of Jackson. 1st and 10 for the Pack. Hardy motions to the right. Bailey claps for the ball and hands it off to Smothers. Makes his cut at the 30-yard line, still on his cleats. Kind of veers over to the center of the field and now moves that rugby scrum to the 35-yard line. A gain of 10 yards for Smothers, weaving through traffic there between the hash marks.
I believe that might be Smothers' longest run of the game, and so that's a good sign. If we get him cranked up here late in the third quarter, get some gash runs, and we know that, I mean, he can go 70 yards and nobody catch him if he gets out in the open. So that's a good sign that he got his 10 on first down.
That's a first horizon first down for the Pack. Chains move. 1st and 10 here for the 35-yard line. Snap back to Bailey. Play fake to Smothers. Slant caught, head of steam. Jackson sprint center of the field over to the 45-yard line to the 49. And there's a 14-yard gain to Keenan Jackson. Luke Talich, the safety, makes the tackle for Notre Dame. 1st and 10 Pack. It's first downs on back-to-back plays.
This could be a must-score drive. I'm not. It's not over if they don't score on this drive, but this is really to stay close to Notre Dame. You got to score this drive.
3 targets right, 1 left. Snap at the 49. Bailey under pressure is brought down, dropped. Ball is out. It's a fumble inside the 35, and the Pack recovers it. And some extracurriculars pushing and shoving with 1:19 to play in the third quarter. That ball came free, and Bailey's got the recovery. He dropped down on top of it after he got pushed back toward the 35-yard line. And they spotted at the 37. Loss of 12. That was Boubacar Traore with his 2nd sack of the game. Under a minute to play, 2nd and 22. Notre Dame leads it 24-7. Snap back to Bailey at the Pack 37. Dump off. This is Duke Scott with the grab, facing Bailey. Turns around and runs into Bowen, the linebacker, who stands him up at the 44. Makes it 3rd and 15 here with 30 seconds and ticking.
I like the idea, even though you only picked up about 5 or 6 yards on that little dump down. You have a chance with Duke. He could break it and maybe pick up 15 or more. So I like at least narrowing that long yardage now, 3rd and 14, instead of going for the long one, incomplete, and being 3rd and 19 right now.
Could also be 4-down territory, down 24-7 as the clock goes to zeros, and that ends the third quarter.
That is the end of the third quarter.
And it sends us to the final quarter, a chance to do something maybe really special here in South Bend. If you score on this drive quick, you're down 24-14 with a lot of time left here at Notre Dame. We'll take a break. Field flips, Pack 3rd and 15 at its own 44. When we come back, you're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
Wolfpack fans, CPI Security is the official security and smart home company of NC State Athletics. Get the best defense with the Southeast leader in smart security. With CPI Security's professional installation and state-of-the-art 24/7 monitoring, you can rest assured knowing your home and business are protected. Plus, with our newest service, Night Guard, you can sleep soundly knowing CPI is on guard in the overnight hours. Contact us today to learn more at cpisecurity.com.
Whether you're cheering for the Wolfpack or caring for your land, we know you're all in all season long. And Case IH compact and utility tractors are all in too. Mowing, digging, hauling, our equipment designed to meet the needs of America's farm fields makes caring for your home field easier. Your Case IH dealer can show you how our equipment can make this season a winning one. Case IH, built by farmers.
Sheetz is your one-stop shop for, well, everything. It's where you go for your eating fries alone in the car nightcap or your whoops, we forgot to pack that moment. It's where you go to satisfy your beef jerky craving and build your ultimate and completely weird favorite sandwich. It's 24/7 access to cat food, Advil, and iced tea. In other words, Sheetz is the pit stop for everyday life, and they're always waiting to help with a smile and a hello. So the next time you're craving just about anything, ask yourself, why the Sheetz not?
The Wolfpack, the Fighting Irish. Back now to South Bend.
Welcome back to Notre Dame Stadium, everyone. This is Johnny Evans with Chaz in the booth, and Tony's on the sidelines. And at the end of 3 quarters, it's Notre Dame 24, NC State 7. These stats are brought to you by the College of Engineering at NC State University. Engineering the future, it all starts here. Notre Dame has 386 total yards, 268 passing, 118 on the ground, 4 penalties, 19 first downs, 3 out of 10 on third down conversions. For the Pack, 188 in total offense, 152 through the air, 36 on the ground, 4 penalties for the Pack, 10 first downs, 4 of 12 on third down conversions. C.J. Carr is 15 for 23 for 268 in passing, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception. Love has 14 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown. Price, 10 carries for 61 yards. Raritan, 5 catches for 59 yards. Pauling, 4 catches for 105. Smith, 3 catches for 59 and a touchdown. Pauling also has a touchdown reception. C.J. Bailey, 15 for 25, 156 yards and a touchdown. And then Smothers has 10 carries for 39 yards. Matt?
A big play coming here. 3rd and 15, Pack at its own 44. 3 receivers to the right. Jolie, Hoffman, and Rogers, 2 to the left. Snap, Bailey steps up in the pocket. Dump off left side to Smothers, who catches the ball and gets drilled. And Drake Bowen meets Smothers on the leap up toward the sky, and then he hits him down at the 47-yard line, maybe the 48.
And they're going for it. It looks like at least they're keeping the offense out there. Maybe they're going to try to see if they can get an offsides and get a free 5 yards to make it a little bit easier. But it looks like they're going to go for it here. They know they have to drive. They have to score on this drive in order to keep up with Notre Dame.
Running out of chances in the game. Down 24-7, 14:23 to play. 3 to the right. Jolie, Hoffman, Rogers, 1 to the left. Snap back, 4th and 11. Bailey steps up, fires over the middle, intercepted. And off to the races near side of the field. At Aiden Schuler, the safety, has it still on his cleats, 40, blocking their 20, caught from behind by Smothers inside the 20-yard line as the Notre Dame sideline erupts. It will be 1st and 10 Fighting Irish in the red zone at 14:04 to play in a 24-7 score.
Well, it looked like CJ felt pressure and he got flushed into the middle, but then things kind of opened up. In fact, I thought he was going to try to run for it, but then he just threw Tony like he didn't see the defender.
Yeah, and he's looking a little bit confused. I think Notre Dame is changing up its coverages, doing some disguising, and once a quarterback gets back there and starts holding the ball for long periods of time, as CJ has done most of this second half, he's not able to throw in rhythm because he's holding it, and then the protection eventually is going to break down on you.
So it's 1st and 10 here for Notre Dame, spotted at the 17-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap to Carr, pauses for a moment, and hands it off to Price with the left hand, who sprints right into Fordham's tackle. Gain 2 yards. 2nd and 8 upcoming at the 15. This was blow. That might be Soares.
Official timeout.
I don't think he's cramping now, though. It looks like he's got something going on with his shoulder. You said, Johnny, he was kind of dealing with that maybe in the first half as well. With 13:50 to play. Hope he's all right. 24-7 Notre Dame on the doorstep. Turnover margin is now
to 13 minutes, 52 seconds.
I'll put 2 seconds on the clock. Turnover margin is now even. Each team with 1 pick in the ball game. Down to the sidelines, Tony Haynes.
Now, C.J. Bailey down here is on the phone, the bat phone, and certainly having a conversation with Kurt Roper. And perhaps it's a two-way conversation. Coach Roper wanted to know what CJ saw on that one, and Roper probably giving him some tips as well on trying to help him dissect this Notre Dame defense, which really since giving up that big play to Anderson the first half has done a great job.
Bailey now is 16 of 27 for 160 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Soares runs off the field. He's not moving his right arm.
He's that dangling right arm. Tells me that obviously this is something at the upper shoulder, something above his elbow that's going on there with his right arm.
And Notre Dame comes out up 24-7. 13:52 to play. It's 2nd and 8 at the Pac 15. 2 receivers to each side. Raritan's one of them, and he motions to the right. Tight end had a couple of big first half grabs. He has 5 in the game for 59 yards. Snap back to Carr. Handoff now to Price. Bounces it out to the right. Eludes an ankle tackle. Zane Williams tracks him down from behind to the far side of the field. A diving effort there by Williams for a loss of a half a yard on the play. Clock starts up at 13:27. I don't know what Notre Dame's going to do here up 24-7 if they get to 4th down. Johnny, we've seen them fail twice, not wanting to kick it. That was a big momentum flipper in the first quarter. It's a strange short yardage year for Notre Dame's offense. So you want to get a stop here and make them uncomfortable. 3rd and 9 here at the 16. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Snap to Carr, right hashes. Comes kneecap high. Lofts it, end zone, right side, overthrows Fields. Devon Marshall right there. Great coverage by Marshall at the far side of that left end zone. And that ball sails on Fields. And now Burnett is on to kick the field goal for Notre Dame at 12:53 to play.
Well, he kicked a 48-yarder that just barely cleared. This is going to be a 34-yard attempt, so I don't think his leg strength is going to be an issue. Let's just see if he can be accurate enough to put 3 more points on the board.
He's 52 of 65 in his career coming into this game. Kicking field goals. Was all ACC for the Tar Heels a few years back. Snap, the hold, the boot, right hashes. End over end, right to left is good. 34-yarder for Noah Burnett. Clock at 12:48, and it's 27-7. Notre Dame has the lead. We'll take a break. Pack down by 20 here in South Bend. Most of the 4th quarter to go. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
The fans came out today, David.
That's right, Gabe. Big games mean bigger tailgates.
Check out that Ford F-150 truck. A championship caliber performance.
Oh, flawless execution, Gabe. Smart, powerful. powerful. And with available Pro Power on board, F-150 just took this tailgate over the top.
Game on, David. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com to see your Carolina Ford dealer today. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
We'll have more NC State football in 60 seconds. This is the Wolfpack Sports Network from Learfield.
While you're applying SPF 60, looking at a high of 97, we're subjecting train systems to temperatures north of 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
While you're cheering on the Wolfpack, train heating and cooling systems are being tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com.
It's hard to stop a train.
Thanks to the fans, the Wolfpack definitely have a big home field advantage. Want the same kind of advantage for your home? Head to Quality Equipment to pick out your new John Deere agriculture, lawn, or worksite equipment. Our sales, parts, and service teams are ready to help. You'll also be a huge fan of our low monthly payments and special financing. Stop by one of our 35 locations or visit us online at QualityEquip.com. Quality Equipment, proud sponsors of NC State Athletics.
.48 to play in the ball game. It's Notre Dame 27, NC State 7. Need a quick score here. You see Johnny looking at the stats there.
Yeah, well, we're talking about Smothers, and he's not had a bad game. He has 10 rushes for 39 yards. That's right at 3.9 per carry. Not his average, but certainly better than a lot of runners. And then he's had 4 catches for 21 yards. So he's got total offense of 60 yards. Just a very average kind of a game, but it's below average for his standard. And also we needed Smothers, NC State did, to stay in this game. Smothers and C.J. Bailey had to have big-time games. And there was a point in the second quarter where you felt like C.J. was going to kind of have one of those games when he threw that long touchdown pass to Anderson, but things have not gone well since that time.
Here's the kickoff man for Notre Dame. Schmidt runs up and pops it off the tee. This one has hang time to it, and Duke Scott calls a fair catch. Wheels that right arm around, windmills it to bring the ball to the 25-yard line. With 12:48 to play, and a quick strike would mean a lot. Mind you, also, let's not forget, Anthony Carter, the left guard, came out in the first half. It still Kamen Smith there at that left guard spot. Hope Carter's okay. He has been a stalwart for the Pack on the offensive line. And it is Peak, Smith, Grant, Sewells, and Anderson left to right. Cody Hardy's the tight end to the right. Jackson motions now to the left side for C.J. Bailey to operate. Snap back at the 25. Handoff to Smothers. Ball in his left arm. He sprints off the right side of the line. Cuts north over the 30 and dives to the 32. A gain of 7 yards for Hollywood Smothers. Liamu Asa there for the tackle. And 2nd and 3 upcoming. Hollywood's actually putting a deceptively good game together. He hasn't had that big 50-yard run, but now 11 carries for nearly 50 yards, I should say. Cody Hardy now motions to the right side. 2nd and 3. Snap at the Pack 32. Bailey, handoff to Smothers, sprints to the left side of the line, nothing there. He is submarined at that 32-yard line. It sets up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If Gail Sayers couldn't have gotten around the end, so he made the right decision when he cut inside. But then when he cut inside, there were 2 Notre Dame defenders right there at the line of scrimmage. So, I mean, not a whole lot that Smothers could do.
Gabriel Rubio made that tackle. Dad Angel played a couple of years in the National Football League. 3rd and 3, Bailey takes the snap at the 32. Rolls out right. Now deep drop, feels pressure, and then fires the ball away. It's intercepted. Near side of the field, flags are out, but Notre Dame picked it off. Bailey was throwing the ball away, but never threw it out of bounds far enough. And the flags will mean everything on this play as the ball was picked off on the near sideline and returned toward the red zone. Might have been Tui Alamaka.
Prior to the interception, holding, passing team number 4. That penalty is declined. First down, Notre Dame.
Yeah. 11:33 to play. Another interception toward the red zone. Let's see where they spot it. Down to the sidelines, our guy Tony Haynes.
A lot of third and longs for NC State, especially when you're facing this kind of deficit. The pass rushers for Notre Dame are just now licking their chops. They're getting upfield. They know that the Pack's got to throw the ball third and long in this desperate situation, and it really makes it a lot more difficult for your offensive line to hold up, and that's what happened right there. The pressure creating a holding penalty, but they'll decline that, obviously, and take the interception.
And I'm expecting to see Price, the running back, carry it for three straight times here on this series.
Here's Carr, shotgun. Price to his right shoulder. It's spotted at the 19, just inside the lip of the red zone. Carr snap, handoff Price. He shimmies to the left side of the line. Caden Fordham is there, meets him at the 17. Gain of 2 yards at 2nd and 8.
Well, that's one. Let's see if they just hand the ball off to Price again. You know, they want to shorten this game now. And get off the field, and the best way to do that is to hand off to your running back.
Here is Carr at the 17-yard line. Airs it out wide side of the field. Wants Faison over the shoulder, incomplete. Devon Marshall right there. Good coverage by Marshall once again. He's been tested a few times, and they have not beat Marshall, who's had a great year here. Senior from Boston. For NC State, originally started at Villanova playing football at the FCS level, and he has been up to the task here this year for the Pack.
And, you know, as good as that was coverage by Marshall, the ball hit Faison in his hands as it came through Marshall in the contact. So, I mean, Faison is a gritty little receiver.
3rd and 8 here at the Pack 17. Carr left hashes, snap, dump off over the middle. Raridan's there. He's inside of the Zane Williams tackle and finished off by Ronnie Royal inside the 5. As Raridan has Notre Dame 1st and goal at the 3, up 27-7 with 10:30 to play.
All right, now you're going to see Price probably, let's say, lose yardage. You're going to see Price 2 or 3 times here at the goal line.
Price has 13 carries for 65 yards. 1st and goal at the 3. Snap, Carr. Price plunges up the middle into the abyss. About 1.5 yards. Sebastian Harsh there for the stop. Tip of the spear on that scrum to make it 2nd and goal from the 2.
And you know, this, you say, well, this doesn't have anything to do with the win or loss, or just changes the score maybe. But this is important. This is an important time. A goal line stand down here for this defense that's being beleaguered here late in the second half. This is important for the Pack to step up.
2nd and goal from the 2. 2 tight end set here for Notre Dame. Snap to Carr, handoff to Price, runs right into a tackle, and he's stuffed off the left side of the line.
There you go.
Well, about 0.5 yard gained.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense.
Hey, the Pack has the ball.
First down, NC State.
Sebastian Harsh prized the ball away, and NC State takes over. 9:37 to play with a 27-7 deficit and some life here in South Bend.
Timeout on the field.
So Price runs off the left side, loses the ball, and NC State recovers. Sports and Social Carries, bringing you the ultimate fan experience this football season. Huge 42-foot HD big screen, food, beverage specials, live entertainment, and giveaways. Sports and Social is the place to be. Visit sportsandsocialcarry.com. Follow on social media at Sports Social NC Carry. We'll take a break. 9:37 to play. Pack down 20. Work to do here in South Bend. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
R&D Brewing is bringing the official beer of Saturday to Carter Finley Stadium this football season. 7 Saturdays IPA is the perfect beer for watching the big game, whether you're tailgating with friends or watching the game at home. Pick up your 7 Saturdays IPA at any major retail outlet across North Carolina. Make every day Saturday. R&D Brewing reminds you to please drink responsibly.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we believe that getting to know you is the best way to protect what you love most. We have friendly agents in every county to help you prepare for the unexpected. And when life doesn't go as planned, our award-winning claims team will be with you every step of the way. Find a local agent today at ncfbins.com. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
It's Bo time. Fumble in the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixings to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
From kickoff to the final whistle, this is NC State football.
Back here at South Bend, Indiana, another sellout here for Notre Dame, which is a regularity of late. 77,622 in attendance here in Notre Dame Stadium. 274th consecutive sellout, they claim. It's a quarter of a century or so. 27-7. Snap back at the 2. Bailey lost the ball. And he reaches his right arm back into the end zone to pull it over the goal line. A loss of 1 on the play as Bailey averts disaster with a heads-up play.
How clever was that? Good thing for long arms and big hands. The ball's laying maybe 3/4 of a yard back in the end zone, and Bailey his body was 1 yard outside of the end zone on the 1 yard line. He reached back, pulled the ball to himself, so he can get another play. They're gonna look at this, I think.
This is the problem now.
The previous play is on the
They're
first
going to
review
check to see if
to
he
determine
was
if the
down.
fumble was recovered in the end
He
zone.
touched the ball.
Yeah, if he possessed it while he's down,
it'd be a safety, right?
I think if his knee is down there, which I think it is.
Yeah, might be an issue.
I think that's a safety.
Could be an issue. Knee down, ball is over the goal line. His body's not, but the ball is, and his right hand is on it. Right after the Pack recovers its first fumble of the year, they maybe fumble the snap.
Probably is going to be a safety, guys.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is, right there before they decided to go to the review, you see where the football is. I mean, literally the back end of the football is only like 2 inches from the goal line anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't 3/4 of a yard like I originally remembered it. It's just barely inches, like you said.
They're reviewing this play, Barbasol review. The screen on the tripod is up at the 16-yard line all the way on the far side of the field. Right after the Pack recovers a Jadarian Price fumble and maybe snap the ball back into the end zone. If it is a safety, it's 29-7. If it's not, the Pack has 99.5 yards to go. 9 minutes and 1 second to play here in Notre Dame Stadium. I don't think anybody's left this big concrete bowl. Officials still talking it over. The right knee of Bailey was down. He's on all fours and he's touching the ball. Here's a call.
After further review, the ball was controlled while it was still in the end zone. It is a safety.
Yeah. 29-7. 9:01 to play.
It looks like a celebration penalty, possibly. We're looking at Notre Dame's players as they threw the flag. I think it's going to give on the free kick. Normally after a safety, it's on the 20. I think they're going to get a 15 yards. NC State will, and do the free kick from the 35.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct Notre Dame, his first of the game, number 5. 15-yard penalty is added to the kickoff spot. It'll be the kick down.
And I don't know if NC State were going to consider a onside kick. This would be, again, the only time. I mean, it's still 9 minutes left. Miracles, crazier things have happened. It gets bleaker and bleaker for every point that Notre Dame scores. But I think you don't just give up. I think you try the onside kick here from the 35 instead of the 20. So it helps you a little bit. If you don't recover the onside kick as NC State, you'll at least not give up complete field position.
But they're making a late special team substitution here. Maybe for that reason, Johnny. Trey Thomas came in here to this unit.
It's that hand. They call it the hands team on the offense. Offensively, guys that are used to handling the ball need a little bit of.
Yeah, the other thing is you had the place kicker coming out, or the kickoff man instead of the punter.
Yeah.
So that would suggest to me that maybe they're going to look for an onside here.
Charlie Birtwistle.
Yeah, Birtwistle.
9:01 to play. It's teed up at the 35.
They usually don't take that big of a run, though, on onsides.
That's right. Run up, and they do boot it off. Conventionally, left to right. And this will bounce at the 3. Price fingertips it off the turf, takes it out at the goal line, and then Kenny Soares tracks him down at the 18-yard line. So 8:56 to play after the safety. It's Notre Dame 29, NC State 7. And the Fighting Irish have the ball at the 18. Every sack's a sack to give back. For every sack the Pack makes this season, Food Lion Feeds will donate 1,000 meals to support our Feed the Pack food pantry right here in Raleigh. Carr's up to 282 pass yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. 29 points. It's Notre Dame offense. Mind you, there's time left, but they average 40 a game. Kenny Soares is back in there at the linebacker spot. Pack's just been unable to really move the ball here. Snap to Carr, play fake. He rolls out to the right, and it's well defended there by Devon Marshall. Tackles Carr down just north of the 20. Right near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard.
Carr had a big gap between the numbers and the hash, and he just sort of like ran right at Marshall. Like he just picked out a white jersey and just ran right toward him instead of just turning straight up field and possibly picking up an extra 5 or 10 yards.
A gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Carr, shotgun, Love to his right. Snap back to Carr. Spins away to the near side of the field. Dump off left flat. Love drops it at the 25-yard line. Sets up 3rd and 6. Down 29-7 here at Notre Dame. 8:16 to play. Harsh, Shirley, Sloan, Soares, McBride, and Fordham in the box. Jackson Vicks the nickel. He's had his moments today. Assad Brown had the interception in the end zone. 3rd and 6 here for Notre Dame. Empty backfield. Raridan, Smith, and Faison left. Pauling and Fields to the right. Snap back on 3rd and 6 at the 22. Slant caught by Faison. He eludes a Fordham tackle. First down for Faison. He scampers over the 35, and he's chopped down from behind at the laces by Ronnie Royal at the 40-yard line. He might have saved a touchdown. Faison snapped through a couple of tackles there, and he was almost gone. First down.
And Notre Dame keeps putting the ball up in the air. They're not giving up on trying to move the ball.
1st and 10 here at the 40. Handoff now to Love as he weaves through the line. The issue for Notre Dame in a game like this, not that NC State will let this happen necessarily, but they have a desire for style points. They want to get into the playoff. They don't have a conference affiliation. They have 2 losses on the year. They want scores through the rest of this year to be lopsided if they can. Carr, right on cue, airs it out left sideline, in and out of the diving grab of KK Smith at the Pac-10. Well defended by Brian Nelson. Would have been a gain of about 45 yards.
But what a beautiful pass. I mean, again, C.J. Carr just like he was up in the sky and just dropped it from a helicopter straight down, and it only hit the hands It didn't hit. Nelson was covering. He was chasing, but it hit the hands of receiver Smith, and he couldn't keep it.
Grandfather Lloyd was the 13-year head coach in Ann Arbor, went 122-40 for Michigan. Credited with the 1997 national title team that went 12-0. Snap back 3rd and 5 at the Notre Dame 45. Dump off left flat. There's Faison. He squeezes, kind of slithers away from a tackle from Jackson Vick. And then it's Kelvon McBride who shoves him out of bounds on the near sideline with a first down. Right at the 48-yard line, pack half of the field with 7:05 to play.
And that puts C.J. Carr, the quarterback for Notre Dame, over 300 yards, just barely. He's just a few yards past that 300-yard mark.
Please set the game clock.
3:06.
7 minutes, 8 seconds. The clock will start on my signal.
3:06 to be precise. 18 for 30, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. C.J. Carr's had an outstanding game.
I was told they think Carr's the best quarterback they've had in 20 years. They like him. They're thinking Brady Quinn stuff here. Different type of player, but snap back to Carr. Handoff now to Love, who sprints over the middle, and Ronnie Royal meets him there at the 41-yard line for a 7-yard gain, and Caden Fordham was there as well. Tony Haynes.
Yeah, you look at the stats right now. NC State offensively been held below 200 total yards.
Yeah.
197. And for this team to win, offense got to play well, and really hasn't clicked, especially here in the second half.
Coach Doran was really complimentary of Notre Dame's defense the last couple of weeks. Snap back to Carr, 2nd and 3 at the 41. Handoff now to Love, who churns the cleats for a first down. Inside the 40 to the 37. You know, he and Chris Ash are old college buddies. First-year DC said it can take a little bit of time to work into things with the new team. Tony Haynes, what do you think?
Yeah, and it's working now. This will be 3 straight games where their defense has played pretty well. You guys could check it out there. I'm curious about time of possession here in the second half, because NC State offense has not been able to stay out there much.
It's dead even for the game, but that's not really the story. You're right. The second half, it seems to have been lopsided. 1st and 10 here at the Pac 37. Carr, time in the pocket, dances, rifles, far side, Raritan over the shoulder, 36-yard catch to the 1. The 6'7" tight end target puts 2 hands up above Jackson Vick, and it's 1st and goal officially from the 2. A 35-yard pass wide side of the field right. Raritan's knee down, inbounds barely. It is at the 1. 1st and goal from the 1. Snap, handoff, Love, touchdown Notre Dame. Picks his way through the center. And it's 35-7 Fighting Irish with 5:13 to play.
Well, again, I've been impressed with C.J. Carr. I mean, the throws he's made, that last throw to Raritan, again, right on the money. There was a little bit of chicken fighting going on between Raritan, the receiver, and the defender for NC State. But they're just kind of hand battling one another. No penalty. Physical play by Raritan, making the catch, but the ball was just perfect. He didn't have to move. He didn't have to stop. He didn't have to come back for the ball. It wasn't a back shoulder. It was just right in front of his hands. And that's C.J. Carr, the quarterback.
Snap, holding kicker, good left uprights. It is 36-7. Notre Dame leads. 5:13 to play in the game. Tony, to answer your question, Notre Dame's second half has 16 minutes of time of possession approximately, and the Pack has 9. So there you go. Disparity. We'll take a break. 5:13 to play. Notre Dame 36, NC State 7. Here in South Bend, you're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus
plus a month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
(36-7) is the score now. Notre Dame with a 1-yard touchdown after the 82-yard drive. Takes 3:41 off the clock. 5:13 to play. NC State's touchdown in the second quarter. Unable to get on the board here in the second. Second half, it's been all Notre Dame, John.
Well, yeah. I mean, you heard Coach Doran talk to Tony on the way in to the halftime break into the locker room. He said his guys were playing their tails off, and you could tell he was pleased with it. He said, we just need to get a few more scores on the board, a couple of scores. And at that point, it seemed like it was going to be kind of a defensive, both teams under 20 points, and which defense is going to come through. But boy, did the explosive Notre Dame offense show up here in the second half.
This is a run up in the kick from Schmidt, right to left, kind of a sidewinder that's out of the back of the left end zone. Pack has not been in the red zone today. And second half yards, 51 to Notre Dame's 246.
Yeah. That's the game right there.
And Notre Dame's been in the red zone 8 times. They've actually been empty, 3 of them. They're 5 of 8 in the red zone, which isn't great, but that many trips. All right, 1st and 10 here is Bailey at the 25-yard line. Smothers behind him. Takes the snap, gives now to Smothers. Beautiful jump cut to the left, and he avoids a tackle and then gets crunched. And loss of 1 on the play to the left sideline. A late flag, very late flag. Might be a personal foul penalty. Bryce Young, the defensive end, who last year for Notre Dame as a freshman from Charlotte, by the way, he blocked 3 kicks last year as a freshman.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 95, his first of the game towards ejection. The 15-yard penalty is enforced. Automatic first down.
He was doing some talking after the tackle there. Our spotter, Francis Combs, all over it. You can see it from here way up in the sky. With 5:01 to play in the ballgame. So under 5 to play here, 1st and 10. Ball moves to the 40. Snap back to Bailey. Turns and gives to Duke. Scott plunges in the middle and is stuffed. And driven backwards. That is Kingston Viliamu Asa, who I believe had that second interception as well on the near side of the field here in the second half.
Sorry, Matt. You know, both defenses sort of came into this game maligned. You know, both offenses highly touted. And I think you're going to see the defense of Notre Dame kind of have a little bit more incentive at this point in the game. You're seeing them play with a little bit more energy just because they have been so maligned and they've helped win this big football game.
They came in with one of the worst pass defenses in America statistically, but they have figured it out as Bailey takes a snap, hands it off to Scott, who's sprung out to the left side of the line and dropped for a gain of 1 by Elijah Hughes, the USC Trojan transfer down to the sidelines. Tony.
You're impressed with the line play for Notre Dame up front because they're occupying the offensive line, and many of the offensive line for NC State not been able to get to that second level and get to the linebackers, which that's what allows you to break off some big runs. But the Pack has not been able to make that happen here today.
We are live here in the Lenovo broadcast booth, which we've brought here to South Bend, Indiana. 3rd and 9, snap back, Bailey launches. Teddy Hoffman's underneath it in Notre Dame territory, and he backtracks toward the ball to the 33. So on 3rd and 9 from the Pack 41, Hoffman's underneath it to flip the field. Luke Talich gets beat, the safety, with 3:17 and ticking here in the fourth.
You just got to keep playing in these kind of games and put some stuff on the tape to prove to the coaches you're ready.
Snap to Bailey now. Gives it to the left to Scott, who sprints over the middle, and he's tracked down from behind. It's a tackle made there off the near side of the edge. That is Logan Thomas, backup defensive lineman, a 6'4", 220-pounder. 245 and ticking here in Notre Dame Stadium. 36-7 Fighting Irish. Shotgun set for Bailey. Takes the snap, hands it off to Scott. He makes the cut up the middle, and then Bowen, the linebacker, tackles him down to the 25-yard line. A gain of about 8 for Duke Scott right up the gut.
Well, that was a nice run by Duke Scott. Pretty good movement there on the front line. Give the offensive lineman a lot of credit for opening up some holes there.
Will Wilson's in the game now on 3rd and 3.
Looks like a little confusion, doesn't it, on what to call. They're going to have to call timeout.
This is the 2-minute
timeout. 2-minute timeout.
All right, what we'll do is we'll send it back to our guy. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Then we'll send it back to Mike Moat for a scoreboard. Let's pause 10 for station ID. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield. We'll send it back now to our studios. It's Notre Dame 36, NC State 7. 2 minutes to play. Back to Mike Moat for a scoreboard. Mike?
All right, Matt, thank you very much. We've got some games to tell you about. Finals from the ACC. It just went final a few moments ago from Atlanta. 13th-ranked Georgia Tech remaining unbeaten in league and overall, 35-20 as they knock off Virginia Tech. Meanwhile, Wake Forest in the process of winning back-to-back games. They lead Oregon State 39-7, under 4 minutes to play there. Pitt beat Florida State earlier today. We also had SMU over Stanford. Later tonight, it's Clemson and Boston College. Top 25. It looks like 7th-ranked Indiana's going to go into Eugene and beat the Oregon Ducks. They lead 27-20, and they're looking for more as this game is about to hit the 2-minute mark. Meanwhile, under a minute to go, 6th-ranked Oklahoma trailing Texas 23-6. The Longhorns are going to win that game. Tennessee and Arkansas, a good one in the third quarter. Volunteers lead at 20-17. Outside of the top 25, guys, a note for you. Penn State loses for the third time in a row to Northwestern 22-21. Bigger story, though, Drew Allard carted off the field with an apparent injury. Don't know how serious it is, but we'll figure out that as we go along maybe this evening. Let's get it back to you for the finish of this one in South Bend. Matt?
Much, Mike. So a lot going on all around the country. 36-7 is the score here in South Bend. With the ball 3rd and 3 now at the Notre Dame 26. And a timeout was called for the 2-minute stoppage.
Just before that, Will Wilson had been put in the game. So, and this is a little bit longer distance than normal, so it's making me wonder, are they wanting to give Will maybe a chance to run a more conventional quarterback play than the Will, what they call it, the Willcat instead of the Wildcat?
He's still out there.
Yeah, let's see what kind of formation they run and see if he does something other than just between the tackles run.
Threw his first passes last game of his career. He was 3 for 5, 16 yards, did throw the pick. Told us on the coaches show at Sports and Social he understands what he did now. He'll learn from it. Chance maybe to throw a ball here in South Bend. 2 receivers to the right. 2 tight ends now motion to the right. That's Hardy and Daniels. Wilson takes the snap and runs behind Darius Johnson off to the right. Spins into the center of the line, trying to back his way inside the 24-yard line, and
just short.
It's just short by about a yard. Maybe you just re-rack it. Or C.J. Bailey's in now. Okay. It's amazing how some teams can't get short yardage, and Will Wilson's positive every time. He's done a great job with that package. All right, let's see what C.J. does. 93 seconds left here in the ballgame. Bailey is under center. Offset eye, it's Jolie like a fullback. Right behind Hardy and Daniels to the right, and the timeout Notre Dame.
Timeout. Notre Dame, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
So they want to talk about it. 36-7. Notre Dame leads NC State. It's 10-7 at the half. It's kind of a gritty first half. We didn't expect it to be that low scoring coming in. That was not part of our discussion. A couple of obviously hesitant kicking moments for Notre Dame with great pack defense. A fourth down stop on the left half of the field, and then an interception on fourth down on the right half of the field. And then the Pack went in to score, tied the game, and it was like, okay, this is a ball game here at the half. Coach Doran was really happy with the effort, and Notre Dame's come out and really put the clamps down on Hollywood and the offense. With 84 seconds left here in the game. So here's Bailey under center out of the timeout. 4th and 1 at the Notre Dame 24. With the offset eye to the right, and Notre Dame says a false start. And it is.
False start. Offense number 44. 5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down.
Now you change the personnel, you change the play, obviously, to a pass play. Clearly, that could have been a run call or a check with me call in the huddle, but it looks like now they're going to drop back and try to see if CJ can make a nice throw to one of his receivers.
Makes it 4th and 6. Minute 24 to play, down 36-7. Bailey takes the snap, pats the ball, lofts it right, intercepted, 9-yard line. As Notre Dame's taking the ball back at C.J. Bailey's 3rd pick. Triple coverage, desperation toss there on the near side of the field. It's Carson Hobbs, the backup nickelback for Notre Dame, who has the pick. And Bailey was just trying to make something out of something there on 4th and 6. Give it a shot. Minute 16 to play, and I suspect we'll see Notre Dame take knees. We'll see how desperate they are for style points if NC State's going to call timeout.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that would be Tony. I can't imagine Notre Dame doing anything but knee down.
I can imagine.
Okay, we'll see.
But I think C.J. Bailey maybe had his arm. The pressure came in from behind. I think a Notre Dame defender was able to get his hand on C.J.'s throwing arm just as he tried to deliver that ball.
He will take a knee. The question is, will we call timeout? We have 3 of them. Minute 16 to play. Snap. Knee is down. No timeout. So they should only need to do it one more time. Story of 2 halves. 10-7 at the half, 36-7 after the game. 14 points in the 3rd quarter, 12 points in the 4th quarter for Notre Dame.
Oh, I don't want to get him.
Smothers actually ends up with a look, not superhuman, but somewhat regular running effort of 12 carries, 46 yards, 3.8 a carry. Snap to Carr, knee is down, and Marcus Freeman and Dave Doran will go out toward the 50 and shake hands. Final score, Notre Dame 36, NC State 7. We do need to catch a plane. We'll be quick here in postgame on site. Take care of some business, and we will fly back to home. And postgame is next. 36-7, Notre Dame beats the Pack. You're listening to Wolfpack Football from Learfield.
Wolfpack fans, CPI Security is the official security and smart home company of NC State Athletics. Get the best defense with the Southeast leader in
here. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Bulldog Sports Network. From 1983 through 2001, Georgia was a depressing 5-13 versus the Tigers. It was a miserable stretch.